Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is story about what if Naruto is trained by Yugao and Kakashi bashing and council bashing part 1. Before I start, please do support for more amazing content and comments for part 2. Do consider to subscribe my channel and share my video to your friends and check out the description as well. Let's start the video. Hokage-sama, I think it's about time I helped him. A purple-haired Umbu stated. The Sandaime rested his head on his hands in shock that his strongest Umbu member wanted to train a genin, and that genin out of all the others. And what brought this Nico? Hiruzen asked. Many reasons, in fact. For one, I was one of the few who protected from the villagers and I've kinda grown attached. 2. I witnessed his so-called training method with his team and I feel like his talent is wasted on Hitaki, since the Cyclops will only train the Uchiha because the idiotic council. And 3. The most important reason, we owe it to his parents, and ever since he was born no one tried to help him. No offense, Hokage-sama, but the people at the ramen stand did a better job taking care of him. I know you want to protect him, but you are doing it the wrong way. Let me teach him his mother's technique. He can learn them without knowing whose they are, and we can pay the debt towards Lord Forth and Kushina. Nico offered. Hiruzen thought about this. It's true Naruto hasn't had a proper teacher or anyone to look after him. Even if he had to admit with proper training, the young blonde would be a force to reckon with, and him being trained by an Umbu would help even the odds. This might be the only thing he could do for the boy. Nico, take off your mask. The Umbu nodded. She took off her cat mask to reveal a beautiful purple-haired woman with brown eyes. Yuzuki Yugao. Do you accept the S-rank mission to train Genin Uzumaki Naruto for the next year until the Chunin exams? Hi Hokage-sama. Yugao answered. And Yugao, don't speak a word of this to anyone. I'd rather have everyone who ever doubted the boy reap what they sowed. The Hokage chuckled. Hi, and Hokage-sama. Thank you. Yugao then shunned Shin away with a noticeable smile. Naruto's apartment. Naruto just got back from the wave mission with his team, and was now boiling some ramen until he heard a knock on his door. When he opened the door, he saw a purple-haired lady standing there. But what confused the blonde was the familiarity he felt from. Then he remembered who this was. Nico-chan? Yugao was surprised he knew who she was without her mask but nodded. The next thing she was being embraced by the 13-year-old boy, and decided to return the hug. I can't believe it's you. I miss you, I miss you too, but how did you know it was me without my mask? Yugao asked. Naruto gave her a confused look before responding. You know, I'm not really sure. When you were at my door I just felt a warm familiar sensation coming from you. Yugao was shocked at this, but she had to confirm it. Have you ever felt this sensation before? The ex-Umbu asked. Yeah, actually, it's like I know how many people are near me, but don't know who they are unless I've met them before. The blonde responded. Naruto-kun, I believe you are a sensory-type ninja. A what? Naruto responded, giving Yugao the cute little boy look that made her squeal in her head. Kawaii. You can sense people's present as well as their emotions. Anyway, do you mind if I come in? Naruto nodded and led her to the living room and gave her some tea. So Naruto, the reason I'm here is because I was assigned to train you for the next 6 months till the Chunin exams. The Hokage and I agree that training on the same team as Hitaki might be hindering, but we can blame the council for that. What do you mean? They practically forced Kakashi-san to train the Uchiha against his will, so I'm going to train you. You will still do missions with them, but only D-rank missions. I don't want you tired when training with me, and as an award I'll talk to Hokage and ask him to tell you a secret. Cool, so am I going to learn some kick-ass jutsu and maybe get Sakura-chan to like me? Naruto asked in excitement. Naruto, calm down, Yugao giggled. I'm going to let you know about your training. We will first work on your physical abilities like weight, strength, speed, endurance, and your chakra control. Second will be perfecting your chakra control. After that I'll teach you kenjutsu. Yugao then pulled out some scrolls and tossed it towards Naruto. The blonde looked at the scrolls in confusion and turned his head towards his new sensei. What's kenjutsu and what are these scrolls for? Yugao wasn't surprised that he didn't know what he was considering. All his instructors except Iruka was trying to sabotage him. Kenjutsu is the art of swordsman, in simple terms just like how ninjutsu, genjutsu, and taijutsu have different styles when it comes to certain people, so does kenjutsu. She then gave him a book. Why won't you look through this book and see what style interests you? Naruto took the book and started looking through it. After a few seconds he stopped on a page and his eye looked like it was hypnotized. He then looked up at Yugao with a huge smile. How about Kodachi style? That's an interesting choice. It focuses on speed and hand-eye coordination, plus you can dual wield 2 at a time, without worrying about losing speed. That style will definitely help you if you have wind or lightning affinity. Yugao pulled out some paper from her pocket and handed it to Naruto. Pump some chakra into this, and we can find out what your affinity is. Naruto nodded and did as he was told and pumped some chakra in the sheet of paper. He was surprised when the paper split in half. Yugao was about to speak but stopped when something unexpected happened. One side of the paper was soaked. The ex-Umbu was quiet for a while then snapped out of her thoughts when Naruto spoke. Did I do it right? The blonde asked. Yes, Naruto. I was just caught off guard. It seems you have 2 affinities, one to wind and the other to water. Mastering one affinity is hard enough, but 2? Even a Chunin would have a hard time. Yugao explained. Well, what do I do? From what I've seen, you learned the Kage Bunshin Jutsu. Naruto nodded. Good, now make a clone. The blonde did as instructed and made a clone. Yugao made one and the clone dragged the Naruto clone to the bathroom and closed the door. After what felt like 15 seconds, Naruto started to blush and turned to Yugao. Why did you do that? Do what? Why did you kiss me on the cheek? How do you know I did that? What do you mean? Naruto's eyes shot wide open. How did he know? The clone got kissed, not him. Then he realized. I have his memories. Exactly, so if you read a book or practice chakra control, the memory and experience will be transferred to you. Yugao explained. The purple-haired Jonin then took out another scroll and pulled out what's inside, which was revealed to be chakra weights. Put this on your arms and legs. This will increase your physical prowess, and every time it starts to feel light, pump some chakra to increase it. And never take them off unless you're sleeping, showering, or if I say so. Naruto strapped them on, and the moment he did, the weights started glowing blue. Then he fell to the ground. It took a while for Naruto to stand up. Yugao was chuckling a bit. If you train in those, then you'll become stronger. Now tomorrow morning we'll start your chakra control exercise, and I'm aware you know the tree climbing exercise, but you, or should I say your clones, are going to repeat it while sticking leaves to them. Great! After I get strong enough to be team, Sakura-chan might start to notice me and give me a date. Naruto said excitedly. Yugao put her hands on his shoulders, drawing his attention towards her. I'm going to be honest with you, Naruto-kun. I think you should give up on Hirano-san. Naruto looked heartbroken. I think you're too good for her. I see the way she treats you, and I don't approve of how she uses you to heighten her own ego. You're not an idiot because you want love, and you are an angel for trying to make her happy, but I assure you that there are way better girls in the world. Do you understand? Naruto was sad, but even he couldn't deny the truth. Alright, I'll try to move on, and who knows, I might find someone better. Yugao nodded with a smile and sent Naruto to bed and gave him a schedule. She gave him a kiss on his forehead and left. 2 weeks after Naruto started training, his chakra control and sensory abilities went up. She had Naruto's clones to study Fuinjutsu, and for some strange reason Naruto was picking up rather easily. While he was studying, his clones were practicing riding seals. Along with learning Kenjutsu and elemental manipulation, he was learning a new taijutsu style from a new friend. Flashback 1 week ago. Naruto woke up in a sewer. He decided to walk towards the end until he stumbled upon a huge cage. When he came closer, 2 big pairs of red eyes were glaring at him. So my jailer finally comes to visit. The deep voice spoke. So I'm guessing you are the Ninetales. That's right, but you don't seem afraid. The fox spoke. Why would I be afraid of something misunderstood? Naruto said. What do you mean I'm misunderstood? The Kyuubi asked. I read about your history, and from what I learned, you were sealed in the first Hokage wife after being manipulated by Madara. So you are a victim. The fox was surprised. This kid didn't think of him as a monster, but how did he find out about his past? If you're wondering how I found out, there was some night when I was sleeping I saw your eyes looked like the Sharingan, and a Uchiha was riding on top of you. And after that everything went blank. Naruto explained. So what now, are you going to release me? The fox asked, getting his hopes up. Believe me, I would love to, but if I do I'll die, but since this is my mind I'll do something better. Naruto closed his eyes and soon the scenery changed to one of a beautiful forest and a lake. Naruto was panting and looked up at the fox. How is this? Why? Why would you do this for me? The fox asked, looking at the blonde. Well, I thought since you're stuck inside me, we could be more like friends. I mean, neither one of us asked for this. So we might as well make the best of this. What do you say, friends? Naruto offered a fist bump. Sure, Kit, and as a thank you gift I'll help with your training. The fox offered. Thanks, Kyuubi-san. Naruto said with a smile. Sure, Kit, and by the way, the name is Kuruma. Kuruma said, matching Naruto's grin. Flashback end. Naruto was currently waiting for his teammates at Training Ground 7, standing upside down on a tree. His weight 75 pounds each, reading an intermediate level Fuinjutsu book while leaves were sticking to him. After a few minutes Sasuke arrived at the field, and it seems he didn't notice him, but Naruto just continued to train. Soon he felt Sakura's chakra signature approaching, and soon she arrived at the field, approaching Sasuke to his dismay. Hey Sasuke-kun, how are you this morning? Sakura asked, but sadly she was ignored. Sasuke was just leaning against the tree Naruto was on with his eyes closed. Sakura started looking around like she was searching for something. Hey, where is Naruto? Like I care. The Uchiha responded. Yeah, you're right. Who needs that baka? The Pinkette responded. Naruto would have normally responded, but he remembered what his new sensei said. Flashback. Naruto, there are many ways to win a battle, and one of them is emotions. Yugao said while doing Kenjutsu sparring with Naruto. And why is it? Naruto asked, panting. Emotions like anger cloud your thinking and cause you to do reckless things or cost your teammates their lives. Naruto nodded. Remember, Naruto, you are in control. Yugao said, clashing with the blonde again. Flashback end. Naruto ignored the comment instead of making himself noticed. He continued his studies and exercise until he felt his sensei near, so he quickly put his book away and laid on the branch. Soon Kakashi arrived in a puff of smoke. You're late. The pinkette yelled. Sorry, I saw a new book on sale and I was waiting in such a long line to get a copy. The Jonin explained. Liar! Sakura yelled. Anyway, are you three ready for another day? Kakashi asked, confusing Sakura. What do you mean 3, sensei? Naruto is not even here yet. Sakura replied. Kakashi gave her a nice smile. What do you mean? Naruto has been here the whole entire time. Sakura and Sasuke's eyes widened and started looking around but couldn't find him. They then turned to their sensei and saw he was pointing up with his index finger, so they both looked up to see their blonde teammate there like Kakashi said, meditating. When did he get there? The Uchiha asked himself. He could have at least said good morning, Sakura said. Naruto noticed his team looking at him and decided to hop down. Naruto! If you were here the whole entire time, why didn't you say anything? Naruto turned to the girl, then did 3 hand signs and a puff smoke surrounded him. When the smoke cleared, another Sakura was there. Yeah, who needs that baka? We don't need Naruto, Sakura said, before dispelling and turning back to Naruto. Does that answer your question, Sakura? Naruto asked. Sakura was surprised. Naruto never talked to her like that, and he didn't even add the chan like he usually does. Naruto, are you okay? I'm fine. He then turned to face her. I just did some thinking and decided to give up on you. To say Sakura, Kakashi and even Sasuke was surprised was understatement, but the blonde kept speaking. You told me you'll never go out with me even though I really liked you and treated you better than team. But all you did was shout at me and hit me. Well, if you want to follow someone who doesn't even like you, that's fine, because I'm not about to do the same. I just hope you're happy and don't regret it. Naruto finished, turning his face back to his sensei. Sakura didn't know what to feel. She was happy that Naruto was going to stop pestering her, but somewhere in her heart there was pain because she felt like she just lost the one person who thought so highly of her. Well, no, that's out of the way. Why won't we start off with a spar? Naruto, Sasuke. Naruto and Sasuke approached the field with the Uchiha smirking. Ready to lose, dobe? Sasuke taunted. Naruto didn't respond and kept his gaze on Sasuke, ready for the signal to start. Kakashi was surprised by the change of his student, but initiated the battle. Hajime Naruto charged at Sasuke with speed, surprising his teammates, but Sasuke smirked. The dobe thinks he is better than me. I'll put him in his place. When Naruto got in his range, Sasuke cocked back his fist, getting ready to deliver a blow to the blonde Jinchuriki. Fortunately for Naruto, no one noticed his smirk. Flashback. Naruto and Yugao were at Ichiraku with Jonin explaining something to the blonde. Naruto-kun, do you know what strength and weakness are? The blonde nodded. Do you know what your strengths and weaknesses are? Naruto shook his head sideways. Your weakness is your chakra control, but that is because your chakra level is the size of Kage, so controlling that much will take time. And we cannot forget your endless stamina. Note to self, keep that info from Anko. Because of your stamina you can wear out an opponent and strike him down easier. All you have to do is, flashback end. Sasuke threw a fist at Naruto, but then the blonde surprised him when he jumped over the Uchiha, getting behind him and swept, kicking. Before the Uchiha could get up, Naruto pulled out a kunai and pointed at Sasuke's neck. Give up. Sasuke gritted his teeth and smacked Naruto's hand and rushed him, unleashing a barrage of attacks. Meanwhile, Naruto kept parrying his attacks while moving backwards. Kakashi was amazed that Sasuke couldn't land a hit on the blonde, but no one was more shocked than Sakura. Kakashi-sensei, why can't Sasuke-kun land a hit on Naruto? The pinkette asked. Kakashi ignored his female student and tried to figure out why Naruto didn't bother to attack. Sasuke was seething. As he was attacking, he noticed Naruto was getting faster, so to even the playing field he decided to activate his Sharingan. The moment he did, Naruto smirked, which didn't go unnoticed from Kakashi. What is Naruto planning? From what I'm witnessing, it seems like he wanted Sasuke to activate his Sharingan, but why? Kakashi pondered. I see your little trick. You're using chakra to increase your speed to make you seem untouchable. Well, whatever you can do, I can do better, Sasuke taunted. Sakura was starstruck at Sasuke's so-called coolness. Sasuke-kun is so cool, he saw right through Naruto's trick and now he's going to win, Sakura squealed. Naruto just smiled and added more chakra to his step to increase speed, while Sasuke did the same, still trying to land a blow on him, but his attacks were still being blocked and avoided. Why would Naruto use more chakra to increase his speed? It's not like he could hide now from Sasuke now that his Sharingan is active. If this continues, Kakashi's eye widened when he realized what Naruto was planning. If I'm right about what he's doing, then this fight is over. A few minutes later, after Sasuke activated his Sharingan, he was panting while gasping for air. Naruto was waiting for this. He charged Sasuke and went for an uppercut, and being too tired to dodge, Sasuke took it head-on, was sent in the air. Naruto then leapt in the air and kicked Sasuke in the stomach, sending him to the ground, unable to move. Kakashi walked in between the boys, analyzing both of them before raising a hand towards Naruto. Winner is Naruto. Sakura's mouth was wide open. Naruto beat Sasuke in 2 hits, while Sasuke couldn't even land a hit. Naruto won, but how? Sasuke is an Uchiha and had his Sharingan. I don't understand. Sakura said out loud. And that's why he lost, Kakashi said, walking back towards the girl with Naruto at his side. What do you mean? When Naruto first charged Sasuke and dodged his attack, then delivered that low sweep and had him pinned. He knew Sasuke would try to strike back, and just like that he started leading Sasuke on. He added little chakra to his feet to dodge all Sasuke's attacks, waiting for him to use his Sharingan. And the moment he did Sasuke, he started to copy Naruto, and by doing that Naruto's victory was secured. I still don't understand. Sakura responded. It's simple, Sakura. Sasuke lost because of his stamina and chakra exhaustion. I'm sure you're aware of this. Naruto most likely has more chakra than me, you and Sasuke combined. So even though he started to use chakra to speed up first, he was barely making a dent in his reserves. And even though Sasuke wasn't using chakra, he was getting physically exhausted chasing after Naruto, and after he figured out Naruto's trick and started to mimic him, Naruto added more chakra to his steps and Sasuke did the same. Unknowingly to Sasuke, he was running out of chakra faster than Naruto was using his Sharingan at the same time. So basically Naruto uses Sasuke's own Sharingan against him. Kakashi explained. So Naruto only won because he tricked Sasuke-kun. If it was a test of skill, there would be no way Naruto could. Not true, Sakura, the blonde spoke. If I went on the attack in the beginning, I probably would have won sooner. With my stamina and chakra level, I wouldn't have given Sasuke no room to do anything. Naruto finished. But Sasuke-kun has Sharingan. Sakura replied. And I still beat him. So face it, Sakura, no one is invincible. Now calm down, Naruto. Good job on winning your spar, and utilizing your strengths to your advantage. Let's head to the Hokage Tower, grab a D-rank mission, then take a break after Sasuke is done resting. Kakashi said. No, the three turned to see Sasuke get up. I want a rematch with the Dobe. I will not accept the fact he won that fight using a trick. Sasuke sneered. But we're shinobis, tricks is what we do. Naruto said, walking towards the Hokage office. Sasuke was about to retaliate, but Kakashi put his hand on Sasuke's shoulders, shaking his head, and they proceeded to the tower. Naruto, next time we fight, I'm going to put you in your place. The Uchiha snarled to himself. Later that afternoon, after completing a couple D-rank missions, Kakashi gave everyone a break. Sasuke decided to go train some more, while Kakashi disappeared in a puff of smoke, leaving Naruto and Sakura alone. Naruto was about to follow suit and leave, but he was stopped when he felt a hand grab his wrist. He turned to see Sakura looking at the ground nervously. Naruto, do you want to go to Ichiraku's with me? Naruto's eyes widened and he had nothing to say, which made Sakura scared. I understand if you don't want to. And no, it's fine, sure, I'll love to. Naruto answered with a smile, which Sakura returned in full. When they both approached the ramen stand, Naruto and Sakura are greeted with a hello by Tsuchi and a hug by Ayam. Naruto then ordered 2 bowls of beef ramen, and Sakura was about to order vegetarian until Naruto convinced her to eat something more calories, which caused the pinkette to complain until the blonde, with the help of Ayam, explained if she didn't she will grow up being as flat as a board, since she will have nothing to burn when she's active on a mission or training. The results were uncanny when Sakura ordered 3 bowls of ramen, being pork, beef and 1 veg. After eating, Sakura decided to speak. Naruto, I'd like to apologize. Naruto quirked an eyebrow and stared at the girl. I thought about what you said, and I really want to apologize. Why? Just so I can become her fanboy again. No thank you? Naruto thought to himself in doubt of the pinkette's sincerity. Even if you don't believe me, I truly mean it. I made fun of you, hit you several times without restraint, disrespect you. I've done nothing but mistreat you every day, and all you've done was support me and have my back when no one else would. Sakura stated as she clenched her fist while facing the ground with her eyes closed. A single tear began to make its way down her cheek as she pleaded. I'm sorry, Naruto, I'm so sorry. You're the best friend, no, the best person that I have in my life, and I've been taking that for granted. Naruto was shocked at the apology. You think of me as a best friend? The blonde asked. Sakura's eyes shot up and met Naruto's, her eyes filled with tears and pain. Yes, Naruto, I didn't before. I took you for granted and I didn't appreciate it. I never realized how happy you made me every day, every compliment, every effort to get my attention. I loved it all, and I love having you in my life. Sakura said with both of her hands over her heart as if it was in pain. She was afraid to hear his response, afraid that her apology would be rejected. Sakura, Naruto said, causing the pinkette to jump in fear. If you ever thought that I would stop supporting you, then you're an idiot for thinking that. I would never give up on my friends, and I will always have your back and give you my support every day. So don't ever think that's going away anytime soon. I'm still the same guy you've always known, Databeo. Sakura's eyes glowed, surprised that Naruto accepted her apology. He forgives me? No, I shouldn't be surprised, the pinkette thought to herself. Unconsciously she began to walk towards him. It's Naruto after all. Naruto's eyes grew as wide as they could with Sakura's arms wrapped around the back of his neck and kissed him. Naruto was surprised at the amount of passion and love that was in the kiss, but not wanting to disappoint, he returned the kiss. After a couple seconds the two separated and were out of breath. Sakura looked at what she had done and started to blush. I am so sorry, Naruto. I don't know what came over me. Are we, still friends? Sakura asked nervously. Naruto smiled, the best. Sakura smiled and looked nervously at her empty bowls. So how was it? That was my first kiss after all. Sakura asked. Enjoyable. I'm glad I got the honor of being your first. Naruto answered. Great, and can we keep this a secret? It's not that I'm ashamed, I just still have feelings for Sasuke. Naruto gave a heartbroken look of defeat. But I think I'm starting to like you as well, Sakura added, causing the blonde to look at her. I just need time to sort things out. Don't worry, Sakura-chan, no matter who you choose, I will support you and we will be best friends till the end. Sakura gave the boy a loving smile, and after they were done eating, Naruto walked the girl home and decided to head home to train. Nice going, Kit, you snagged the pink one, but she's just the beginning. But enough about that, can you sense that? Naruto stopped and concentrated to figure out what Kuruma was referring to. Then he turned to the direction of an eating district. It feels like sadness and loneliness. But it feels like the type of loneliness that I felt before we became friends, and I joined Team 7. Whoever it belongs to doesn't deserve this loneliness. Kit, you should try to feel the other emotions around the person. Naruto closed his eyes for a moment before reopening it. Is that pheromones? Lust, and it's coming from more than one person? I think I know who the loneliness belongs to. I heard of a kunoichi who was betrayed and treated wrong from Gigi. So I decided to look for her so I can make a friend, but I could never find her. Naruto proceeded towards where the emotion was, and noticed it was coming from a dango shop. When he went in, he saw a woman with purple hair and a fan-like ponytail, wearing an orange skirt, with a fishnet shirt and legging to match, with armor on them. But what caught his attention was her eyes. She was alone, and wearing a mask like he does. And to make matters worse, the lust he was sensing was coming off two male chunins. If I didn't know better, it would seem they're trying to get their dick wet, and she's not willing. Scum like this gives men like us a bad name. I'm ending this. I'm with you, Kit, let's go. Naruto approached the three without them noticing. But what he heard next pissed him off even more. Come on, don't be like this, we just all want a good time. One of the chunin said. I said beat, before you end up in the hospital, with unrecoverable injuries. The women threaten. Who's going to make us, you lucky to even be wanted, considering who you are, snake whore. The second chunin retorted, making the kunoichi flinch. One of the chunin reaches for her wrist, but to his and the other one's surprise, someone grabbed his wrist and gripped it tight, causing the chunin to grunt and turn to the owner of the hand, who they saw surprised for a while, but it soon turned to irritation. What do you want, demon brat? You have no business here. Actually, that's where you are wrong. As a Konoha shinobi, it's our duty to protect each other, not harass others. Now would you be so kind and leave this beautiful woman alone? Naruto asked calmly, with cold eyes. Or what? You know I find it funny how you are protecting this woman. Don't you know who she is? She's the snake whore no one cares about. She'll sleep with any guy just to feel wanted. Ah, I see, maybe you want a turn. Well, get in line, kid, the second one said. Naruto's hair covered his eyes and he was shaking. Anko didn't notice and was afraid that this kid was going to look down on her like everyone else. But she broke out of thought when she heard him mumble something. What did you say, brat? The same chunin asked. Leave her alone, or you'll deal with me. Naruto threatened with his crimson eyes and demonic voice, causing the two chunin to run and scream, while Kuruma was laughing in the back of Naruto's mind, while Anko was surprised that someone defended her knowing who she was. Naruto turned around and sat at the same table before speaking. Sorry about my gender, those guys should be ashamed of themselves. Anyway, I always wanted to meet you, Anko-chan. Can I please get some dangos over here? Really, brat, why on earth would you want to meet me? If it's to get boned, you mind as well. That's not the reason, I assure you. I wanted to be friends with you for a long time since Gigi, the Hokage, told me about you. Naruto answered. Anko was shocked to her core that she could possibly have another friend, but she needed to know why. You want to be my friend? May I ask why? Naruto signed and decided to drop his emotional mask. Look into my eyes and you'll get your answer. Anko was confused, but decided to test it out. What she saw in his eyes, her heart almost broke. This kid had the same eyes as her: loneliness, be hated, abandon, sadness, and long for love. He noticed and decided to speak. As you know, I'm a Jinchuriki, and ever since I was born, I've been targeted for attacks and the villagers' hatred. One day I asked Gigi how come I was the only one that felt alone, but he said that wasn't true. He told me there was a kunoichi who's just as lonely, no parents and very little friends. I had hoped that I could find you, but he said you would be near training ground 44 and I shouldn't go near there until I became a genin, but to my misfortune I could never find you. Naruto explained. Anko's heart was racing that there was someone in this kami-forsaken village that wouldn't treat her like an outcast and went through so much trouble to find her. Anko was unsure what to do. But this kid wore a mask and dropped it for her, so she decided to do the same and let her true self out. So she reached for his hands and held it in her own, causing the blonde to look at her. What he noticed was she was sobbing quietly and looked at him with pleading eyes. Do you really want to be my friend? Naruto smiled with tears coming down as well. Yes, I do. She gripped his hands harder. You won't abandon me? No, I won't. And you're okay with me being the snake whore? As long as you're okay with me being the demon brat. Anko smiled and nodded. Well, it's good to finally meet you, Hibiheim. Anko blushed at the nickname and put on a flirtatious grin. Same to you, Foxy-kun. After the introduction, They start to get to know each other's hobbies and dreams. They even had a playful argument about what food was better between ramen and dangos. Anko, however, scowled when Naruto told her about how his team treated him and at Kakashi not training the blonde favoring the Uchiha. She was happy to hear that he made up with the pink head and surprised to find out the Yugao was training him a kenjutsu and other related techniques. So in honor of their new friendship, Anko was going to teach Naruto about stealth and assassination techniques and some snake-style moves. She also was going to get another friend who is a genjutsu specialist, guess who, to help the blonde in chakra control. And in return Naruto promised to study more Fuinjutsu to get the seal off Anko's neck, which caused the girl to hug the blonde, pressing his face and her assets, which she didn't mind. After the conversation the two bid farewell with Anko licking Naruto's cheek, which she explained as a way of marking him. Next day 8 am, Naruto was looking through a book of Fuinjutsu intermediate level, while he had some clones around his apartment do affinity training. He needed to find a way to purge the seal of Anko, but first he had to understand it. From what Anko told him, all she knows is there is a slave seal and storage seal with Petamaru genes in it, but the third seal was unknown. He was broken out his thoughts when he heard someone knock on his door. He released his clones and went to the door and opened it to find a beautiful kunoichi with raven black hair, red eyes and red lipstick. She was wearing a red blouse with bandages wrapped around her body. "Excuse, but are you Naruto?" the kunoichi asked. "Hi, who are you?" the blonde responded. "Before I answer any questions, do you mind if I come?" the kunoichi asked. My apologies. To leave a beautiful lady outside like this is disrespectful. Please make yourself at home." The kunoichi blushed and walked in. When she stepped in she noticed the apartment was a lot cleaner than she thought. And on his porch he had a mini garden, not a hobby most guys would bother with. She then looked at his dining table and noticed books about Fuinjutsu, Taijutsu, Kenjutsu, and chakra affinity. She broke out of thought when she heard his voice. "Do you want some tea?" the blonde asked. "Sure, thank you." He then brought a cup to her and sat down at the table with her. She then decided to introduce herself. "First off, I should probably introduce myself. My name is Kurina Yuhi. You probably know me as the leader of Team 8. Hinata-chan sensei, what can I do for you?" "Well, first I like to thank you. You probably are unaware, but Anko is my best friend and like a sister to me. When I met up with her yesterday night, she told me about what event went on at the dango shop, and she wouldn't stop talking about her new friend. As you know, she didn't really have any friends growing up and you made her so happy. It brought joy to my heart. So thank you, Naruto-kun." Surprising the blonde, she reached up and cupped his cheek, kissing it slightly, causing him to blush, and rubbed the back of his head. Kurinai smirked. He has a big heart, and is very innocent. If he was older, I would probably keep him for myself, not that age matters in the world of shinobi. The Jonin thought, and the second reason I'm here is because I was told you might need help with chakra control and genjutsu. I already know Anko-chan and Yugao-san is training you as well, but that doesn't mean I'll go easy on you. Naruto eyes widen and smile. "Thank you, Kurinai-sensei. I won't let you down." Kurinai smiled. "Kurinai-chan is fine, Naruto-kun." Hokage office. "Jiraiya, did you find her?" the old man asked his former student. "Yes, I did, but are you sure she'll come back because the Gaki is alive?" he questioned. "I'm positive. I have reason to believe that someone told her Naruto-kun perished alongside his parents. When I last messaged her, she wrote back saying she would have stayed if Minato Kushina or their son survived." Jiraiya was shocked at this, which means she was fed false information. "I'll see if I can convince Jiraiya was cut off." "No, you will tell her I order her to come back. Naruto needs her, and she needs him. They both suffer from the loss of family. I've been lenient with her, but it's about time Tsunade and you too, Jiraiya, train the boy, like godparents should." Hiruzen ordered with ki, feeling the air. Jiraiya nodded and disappeared. "Yugao." The purple-head Jonin appeared from thin air. "Bring me my guy." -2 months later. In the last few months Naruto's skills improved at a fast pace. Thanks to his new senseis, he learned the basics of kenjutsu and was learning his mother's whirlpool style, even though the blonde was unaware of this. Naruto switched from kodachi to a long sword since the whirlpool style required it, and the blonde also explained that the kodachi didn't feel right to him. While they were training, he was introduced to Tenten, who stumbled upon them and was drawn to the two sword users immediately. Naruto soon bonded with the girl since he discovered they were both orphans. Yugao decided to train her a bit as well since it would be beneficial to Naruto if he sparred with someone his own age, and plus she grew fond of Tenten. Anko was using the weights Naruto was wearing to her advantage. She brought Naruto to the Forest of Death, and to her surprise Naruto thought it was awesome, showing no fear, but that soon changed when Anko and Naruto dodged kunais and shurikens all day. After training, Anko and Naruto would go out to Ichiraku's or the dango shop to eat and hang out, which again, Anko took advantage of. She would tease Naruto most of the time, and it made her feel attractive whenever he would blush around her. It wasn't hard to say Anko developed a crush for the blonde and very attached. Kurinai made Naruto perform the tree walking and water walking exercise while using clones and sticking leaves to them. She was impressed by Naruto's development, which confused her. From what Kiba told her, Naruto was the dead last of the class, but she was seen telling her otherwise. When she confronted the blonde about it, she was livid to find out that most of the teachers sabotaged his learning and didn't help that no one taught him basic taijutsu. But admiration grew for Naruto when she learned he wanted to be Hokage regardless of how the village sees him. Might Guy is probably the toughest one of them all, especially since shadow clones would do any good. He did 10 laps around the village, following up with 500 push-ups, sit-ups, and crunches. And after he would spar with either him or his mini-clone Rock Lee. Naruto knew after facing the genin that if they ever fought he would be a threat. But what scared him the most was the performance of the horrible genjutsu the two green beasts were able to perform. Kuruma was probably one of the biggest help, with his knowledge on jutsu and fox style helped with Naruto's stamina. The Kyuubi was also training him on using his chakra by feeding it to him, getting used to it. Kuruma also messed with Naruto genetics by unlocking his Senju bloodline, giving him earth affinity, and he developed a fire affinity because of the Kyuubi chakra. But Naruto also learned that the fox was a pervert, always trying to get him laid. His excuse was that Naruto was the first male jailer he had, and he deserved to have all the vixens to himself. Naruto was about to dismiss the idea until Kuruma informed him that most of the girls around him were slowly becoming attracted to him, and he would hurt their feelings, playing into the blonde weakness. At the moment, Naruto along with the rest of the team was at the Hokage office receiving their next mission. I'm glad your team can make Kakashi. Now that you're here, I have a special mission. A B-rank mission. There's a bandit camp located outside the village. I need you to eliminate them. I have sources that say they are selling Konoha weaponry, Sarutobi said. Sakura was nervous when she heard the word eliminate, and Naruto noticed. Excuse me, Gigi, but when you say eliminate, do you mean? Sarutobi nodded, causing Naruto to sign. I see. Naruto gave Sakura a side glance which went unnoticed by everyone but the Hokage. Don't worry, we'll get it done. Now come along, my cute little genin. Kakashi. Soon the three followed their sensei, trapped in their own thoughts. Finally, I can finally test my skills, and soon I will be one step closer to killing him. Sasuke thought with a smirk. Do I really have to kill some? I mean, I know we're ninjas and all, but Sakura thought to herself. Naruto was behind the group, watching from behind. When they made it outside, Kakashi instructed them to pack for a 3-day trip. When Naruto arrived at his apartment, Yugao was there smiling, holding a katana with a red hilt. I think you're ready for this, she said, holding out the sword. Naruto slowly took in his hand, unsheathing it halfway. It felt so familiar to him but didn't know why. It's called a Kai Erasure, Red Storm, or Erasure for short. It belongs to your mother. Naruto's face shot up so fast with mixed emotions. Yugao noticed and decided to clarify some things. Yes, I knew your mother. She was the one who trained me. But under orders from her very last breath, I was told not to inform you until you reach at least Chunin level. She had multiple enemies, and yes, I knew your father, but we can't inform you until you are at Jonin level. Understand? I understand, and thanks for training me. Naruto responded. Do misunderstand me. We are not done with your training, but good luck nonetheless. Yugao bent down and hugged the blonde. She stood back up and gave Naruto a devilish smirk. But before you leave anywhere, no student of mine is wearing a kill me monstrosity. Yes, finally, I don't have to look at that horrible jumpsuit ever again. Kuruma cheered. Naruto's sweat dropped a bit. It's not that bad, is it? Naruto argued. Kuruma and Yugao gave him a deadpan look. Naruto signed. Fine, anything else? Yugao smiled. I'm going to show you a sword sealing jutsu, that way you can seal it on your arm. And that'll be all. Village gate. Sasuke and Sakura were waiting at the gate for their third teammate, and their sensei. Sakura was getting impatient while Sakura was trying to find a way to talk to him. You should ask him what he thinks about us, that way you could see where they stand. Sakura nodded, and approached the emo. Sasuke-kun. Sasuke didn't even spare a glance, but she continued. What do you think of me as a person? Sakura asked. Sasuke turned his head towards her with a cold look, making the girl shiver. You want to know what I think? Sakura nodded. I think you are just useless dead weight, just an annoying fangirl who can't take no for an answer. I don't even know why you became a ninja. And just to make another thing clear, I will never like you or that useless Yamanaka. You're better off with the dobe. Sasuke finished before turning back around. Sakura's heart took a nosedive and she fell to her knees, beginning to cry until another voice was heard. Well, you know what I think? Sakura and Sasuke turned to the voice and saw Naruto, but in a different attire. He was wearing a blue jacket opened with a fishnet shirt underneath that showed his muscle gain from his training, with the green-blue jacket had orange stripes coming down the sleeve with the Uzumaki swirl on the back. He wore black cargo pants and sandals with his headband tied around his neck, letting his hair free, which seemed longer than before. Sakura was blushing up a storm at this new look. Is that Naruto? He looks so cool, so mature, so hot. Damn it, we shouldn't have rejected him all those times he asked us out. If I knew just a change of clothes was enough to turn him from an idiot to a smoking hot studarg. Inner yelled, with Sakura nodded in agreement. I think Sakura is pretty smart, and beautiful to add. So she's a fangirl, a step in the right direction, she can become stronger than you. Naruto's comment caused Sakura to blush, and Sasuke to stomp towards the blonde standing face to face with him. How dare you? No civilian bitch can become stronger than a Uchiha, especially an elite like me. After all, only a Uchiha can beat a Uchiha. Sasuke sassed. Naruto glared back, causing Sasuke to shiver and step backwards a bit. First of you Uchiha, Sakura isn't a bitch, she's our teammate, and our comrade. Second, if it takes a Uchiha to beat a Uchiha, tell that to the first, second and fourth Hokage, Haku and Zabuza who kicked your ass, and me who beat you in our spar 2 months ago. Naruto argued. Sasuke threw a punch at Naruto, but the blonde disappeared, making the emo confused until he felt something sharp against his neck. What happened? I thought a Uchiha could beat a Uchiha, yet you're the one with a kunai at his throat. Sasuke turned around to see Naruto glaring at him, while releasing some ki. Sakura was amazed at Naruto, and her opinion on him shot up. Sasuke was seething. Alright, calm down everyone, we have a mission to do, Kakashi said, appearing out of nowhere. Naruto moved away from the Uchiha, who was glaring daggers at him, to stand next to the pinkette, giving her a warm smile. Is everyone ready? The 3 genin nodded. Kakashi then leaped into the trees with the others following, with Sasuke in the front, Naruto in the middle, and Sakura in the back. Naruto slowed down a bit to move next to Sakura, grabbing the girl's attention. Don't worry, no matter what happens, I'll protect you, and if you need to talk after the mission, I'm all ears, Naruto said, giving her a warm smile. Sakura returned it, grateful that the teammate she used to bully was being so nice to her. It's weird, she always pictured Sasuke as her knight, keeping her safe, filling her with confidence, and giving her the warm feeling she currently has, but Naruto was doing it instead. Thanks, Naruto-kun. Naruto nodded, and the two proceeded to follow the 2 Sharingan wielders. A day later, Team 7 arrived in the trees outside the bandit camp, trying to gather whatever intel they could. There were 2 huts, big enough to hide at least 10 people, but Jonin was unsure, he needed to figure out at least an estimate. There are 23 people. Kakashi turned his head to the blonde, giving him a questionable look. I said there's 23 bandits. How do you know that, dope? Sasuke asked. Naruto, are you able to sense other people's chakra? Kakashi questioned. Naruto nodded, but it's strange. What is Naruto-kun? Sakura asked. Well, from my understanding, normal bandits have chakra levels of an academy student, correct? Kakashi nodded. Then we have a problem. There are 2 chakra signatures between yours and the team. I think there are 2 chunins here, Naruto added. Kakashi narrowed his eyes. Where are they? Kakashi asked. There is 1 in each tent. If you don't mind, may I recommend something? Kakashi nodded, giving the okay. Now that we know there are at least 2 ninja, I think we should capture one for interrogation. Good idea, Naruto, I'm proud of you. Now I think we should split up, you 3 go to the left hut, I'll capture the one on the right, so don't hold anything back, Kakashi instructed. I don't play, time to show these guys why you shouldn't mess with the elite, Sasuke said with an arrogant smirk. Naruto just shook his head in disgust, while Sakura found his attitude disapproving, so Naruto, being the smarter one of the 2, decided to voice his opinion. Fine, you can have the shinobi, but let me at least make some shadow clones to take out the bandits, Naruto offered. Sasuke scoffed at the offer. Who do you think I am? A Uchiha doesn't need help from 2 nobodies. But he didn't get to finish because Naruto grabbed him by his collar, bringing the Uchiha to eye level. Sakura was nervous, she wanted to defend her crush, but she didn't want to ruin her new relationship with Naruto. Listen here, team, we're on a mission for the village, and I will not have us fail this mission because of your reckless ego. To you it might just be a way to test your imagination strength, but you will not put me and Sakura-chan lives at risk. Naruto spatted, causing Sasuke to hiss and Sakura to blush. He then threw Sasuke to the ground and made 11 clones. Listen, I want you to quietly take out anyone with lower chakra reserves than Sakura, and do it quietly. The clones nod and disappear. Sasuke was seething with anger and walked up to the blonde. How dare you treat me like that? I'm an elite, and you should bow to me. I wanted to fight them to test my skills, and I will not let you get in the way of my ambitions, Sasuke practically yelled. Naruto glared at the emo, ready to knock him out until he started throwing up. Sakura ran towards the blonde, worried for her blonde teammate, while Sasuke took the opportunity to leap away. Naruto-kun, are you okay? What happened? Sakura asked. My clone's huff took out all the bandits, Naruto answered. Seeing Sakura's confused face, he decided to explain. When a person has their first kill, they experience trauma, right? Sakura nodded. Well, since my clone killed 11 bandits, and I just gained their memories, I just experienced it 11x. Sakura's eyes widened and began to hug the blonde, rubbing his back, in an attempt to comfort him. Why would you do that, Sasuke, and I would have been able to help you? It's Sasuke now? No, Sasuke-kun? Naruto teased, making the pinkette blush, trying to lighten the situation. But to answer your question, I saw how nervous you were when we were handed the mission. I figure you couldn't bring yourself to take a life, so Naruto was cut off. You did this for me? Naruto nodded, causing the girl to hug him tight before her, making the blonde blush. Thank you, Naruto-kun. Naruto smiled and hugged the girl back. No problem, now let's go find Prince Emo, before he gets into trouble. Sakura was about to argue until he put a hand on her shoulder, giving her a warm smile. I'm fine, but if you want we can talk after the mission. Naruto offered. Sakura agreed, and together they proceeded to follow their other teammate. In the hut. What's going on, and why did it get so quiet? Stupid fools, can't trust no one these days. Yelled a shinobi wearing what seems to be a Chunin vest. Well, that's something we can agree on. The shinobi turned around to see Sasuke standing there with a smug look. You should feel honored. After all, it's not every day someone has the honor to face a Uchiha elite. An Uchiha? Ha ha ha, like I give a damn. I'm still going to kill your ass, brat. The ninja charged at Sasuke with a sword in his hand, while Sasuke whipped out 2 kunais and activated his Sharingan. The enemy Nin brought his sword down into a horizontal slash towards Sasuke, which the Uchiha blocked, but to his dismay forced him down to one knee, struggling to get up. The enemy then kicked Sasuke into the gut, sending him back, but Sasuke regained his balance, tossing the 2 kunai at his enemy, which was parried by the sword user. For a Uchiha, you're sure not nothing great. The enemy taunted, making Sasuke glare at the shinobi. You dare mock the great Uchiha clan? Sasuke yelled in anger, then went through a couple hand signs, which didn't go unnoticed. Katon, Gakaku no Jutsu. Fire style, Fireball Jutsu. Sasuke shot out a huge fiddle towards the mystery shinobi, but he was not prepared for a counter. Suiton, Suade and no Jutsu. Water style, Water Bullet. Both of the jutsus headed directly for each other, and when they met, the water jutsu pierced Sasuke fire, hitting the Uchiha, sending towards the wall. That was too easy, now it's time to finish this. The shinobi charged Sasuke with the sword in hand, preparing to strike the final blow, while Sasuke had his eyes closed waiting for it to be over, but the moment he brought his sword down, it was blocked by another. Looking up, the shinobi saw a boy with blonde hair standing in front of him holding a sword with a red hilt. He then jumped away a few feet with a smile on his face. Well, another swordsman. Tell me, what's your name, Gaki? Before Naruto could answer, Sasuke interrupted from behind the blonde, while Sakura was tending to him. Why are you here? Sasuke asked. Naruto didn't answer since he was focusing on the enemy, which frustrated the Uchiha more. Answer me, damn it. Sasuke, we're here to help you. After all, we're a team and we have to stick together. Sakura answered with a small smile. Sasuke scoffed at the reply, pushing Sakura away from him. I don't need help from someone as pathetic as you. I'm a Uchiha elite. I could handle this guy by myself. I'm not weak like you. Sasuke spat, causing the girl's heart to crush. He then turned to Naruto, who was still focused on the enemy. That goes for you as well, dead last. This is my battle and I will not be outdone by you. Naruto looked over his shoulder, glaring at the Uchiha, which made the emo shiver, but didn't respond and turned his head towards the enemy. My name is Naruto Uzumaki. And you, Kisuga, I want to request a battle as a fellow swordsman. I might be an enemy, but as a fellow swordsman it will be an honor to fight a holder of Erasure. He pulled out a new long sword from a scroll, similar to Naruto's, but the hilt was light blue. I'll be using this, Umi Bunkatsu C split. Naruto could feel power coming from the blade, just like his Erasure. What's with the aura coming from our swords? I can feel the power radiating towards each other. Naruto asked, getting the attention of a power-hungry Uchiha at the mention of the word. If you win, I'll tell ya. Kisuga charged at the blonde at Jonin level speed, slashing down. Naruto, reacting fast enough, thanks to Anko's training, countered with a horizontal slash. When the two blades met, it caused a shockwave, sending a gust of wind everywhere. Sasuke and Sakura had to cover their eyes to block out the wind. Meanwhile, Naruto and Kisuga were at a stalemate. For someone so young, it comes to a surprise that you're able to block my attack. Kisuga then started to release a barrage of attacks towards the blonde, which Naruto was struggling to parry. Kid, this guy is way more experienced than you are. I was coming up with a new dojutsu for you. I'll explain what it does later, but for now, hurry and focus some chakra in your eyes. Naruto nodded and did as instructed, and when he looked at Kisuga it seemed he was moving slower than before. Naruto then started to attack back, which was blocked. Kisuga started to get excited. I'm not sure what just happened with your movements, but this is great. Kisuga and Naruto jumped back from each other, both smirking at the other. Nice Gaki, but can you stop this? Kisuga started to surround his Umi Bunkatsu with water, but Naruto could feel the power building from whatever attack was coming. Kit, start to do the same by focusing your wind chakra around Erasure, and when Kisuga releases his attack, you do the same. Kuruma instructed. Got it, thanks Kuruma. Naruto replied, before taking a similar stance as his opponent, doing what Kuruma instructed. Kisuga blade had a water vortex around it, while Naruto's had a tornado. After a few more seconds of charging, Kisuga thrust his sword forward. Mizuransu, water lance! Kisuga yelled, thrusting his sword with the water vortex coming out, heading towards the blonde, but Naruto was ready. Kazuyari, wind spear! Naruto thrust his sword forward, sending out a spear made of wind towards the water attack. When they collided, there was a huge explosion, sending everyone flying, creating a huge dust cloud. Sakura was coughing, trying to get a clear view. When the dust cloud cleared, Naruto and Kisuga were standing across each other, breathing hard. Sakura was impressed at the blonde performance. Naruto-kun is so strong, he is amazing. I feel so useless, maybe after the mission I can get him to train me. Yeah, you go Naruto-kun. Kick his ass cha. Inner cheered. Sasuke was seething in jealousy at the blonde's strength. How is the dobe so strong? He then eyed the weapons both the shinobi was using. That's it. The swords, I'll get the dobe to hand over the sword. After all, I'm an Uchiha and I deserve it more than that clanless nobody. He can't defy me. Sasuke thought with a greedy smirk, getting up and walking towards the battlefield. Sasuke, where are you going? We shouldn't, Sakura tried to say, but was cut off. Shut it, bitch. I will not be upstaged by a loser. Sasuke yelled, making the pinkette flinch, causing the attention to turn to him. Naruto was disappointed, while Kisuke was slowly hating the Uchiha. Sasuke approached Naruto holding out his hand, which caused both the swordsmen to give him a confusing look. Dobe, I demand you hand over that sword. You don't deserve it, and I'm pretty sure it would be better in my hands. After all, I'm an elite and need that power. Before Naruto could respond, Kisuke charged towards the Uchiha, kicking him in the chest and sending him towards the wall. Sasuke slowly looked up, gritting his teeth, to see Kisuke standing in front of him. Kid, I never seen someone so arrogant. I might be a bad guy, but you're just scum. So I'm going to do the world a favor and rid the world of you. Naruto started to run towards his teammate, with Sakura in tow. Kisuke brought his sword down towards Sasuke, preparing to finish him off. Sasuke was terrified, then he looked towards his right and smirked, which Naruto noticed. He followed his gaze and saw he was looking at Sakura, but the Uchiha smirk made him feel uneasy. Kit! The Uchiha is planning to kawaii with the girl. I'm going to send some chakra through your feet. Naruto was alarmed and dashed forward with the help of Kurama chakra, increasing his speed. Sakura was running towards her former crush, preparing some kunai to defend, when she felt a pull in her stomach. All of a sudden she was in front of Kisuke, which the swordsman didn't notice until the last moment. Sakura closed her eyes, life flashing before eyes, and the last thing she saw was Naruto giving her his signature grin with his blue beautiful eyes gazing at her. After a while, when nothing happened, she slowly opened her eyes to see Naruto standing in front of her, arms spread protecting her. Kisuke and Sakura were surprised at the speed Naruto used to get there, but soon snapped out of thought with the former leaping back and turning his gaze towards the emo. What kind of sick bastard switches places with his teammate? Kisuke yelled. Naruto fell backwards, grasping his chest while in Sakura's arms, the pinkette crying, she is expendable. She should feel honored to sacrifice her life for the AST of the great Uchiha clan. At least she was useful. Sakura, Naruto, and even Kisuke were shocked by the Uchiha words. Sakura slowly took off Naruto's jacket and turned it into a pillow and laid the blonde on it. She then got up and approached Sasuke with her head down, making Sasuke raise an eyebrow. What do you? But he didn't get to finish because Sakura threw a punch at his face, sending him flying with a chakra-enhanced punch. I'm not expendable and I would rather die than help you, Sakura yelled, causing Kisuke to whistle at the girl. Sasuke slammed into the ground and was now unconscious. Stupid prick, because of him, Naruto's hurt, Ina said. Sakura was angry at the unconscious emo, but was touched by the blonde for risking his life. She suddenly remembered the situation and turned to the swordsman with a kunai in her hand. Kisuke chuckled. Don't worry, I want to fight Naruto fair and square. I won't strike him while he's down, so I'll give him a couple minutes. Nice punch, by the way, Kisuke complimented. Sakura nodded. You're from Kiri, aren't you? Sakura asked. How did you know? Well, I saw your water attack, and you're a swordsman, so it kinda adds up, Sakura answered. Kisuke nodded, then he and Sakura heard Naruto grunting and stood back up. But what shocked them was the scar on his chest was healed. Naruto-kun, I'm fine and nice punch, Naruto commented, making the girl blush. He then turned to Kisuke. I'm ready to finish. Fine, but after your teammate little stunt, let's end this with one attack, all or nothing. Naruto nodded and both sheathed their sword in a battle stance, pressure feeling the air. And for a brief moment they both disappeared and reappeared on the opposite side from their original spots. Naruto stabbed his sword into the ground using it as a crutch, but Kisuke fell to the ground with a cut to his chest, smiling. Looks like you win. Come here, Gaki. Naruto limped towards the falling warrior slowly because of exhaustion. Sakura, seeing this, put his arm around her shoulder. Grab my sword and cut your finger. Naruto was hesitant for a moment but did as he was instructed. The sword absorbed the blood and began to glow and stopped after a few seconds. Since this is my last breath, I'm giving you the sword. By marking it with your blood, it will only allow you to wield it. Thanks for the battle, by the way. The swords we hold are legendary swords, but they won't just allow anyone to use them, they choose their wielder, and I had a feeling it would choose you. Sorry about the cut, didn't mean for it to happen. Before I go, let me tell you, there are many legendary swords in the world, so find them and master them, by Gaki. And with that the swordsman closed his eyes. You know he wasn't that bad, Sakura commented. Naruto nodded and sat down with Sakura next to him. She then decided to do something bold and kissed the blonde on the cheek, making him flush. Thanks for saving me, Naruto-kun. She leaned on his shoulder while waiting for their sensei. Naruto was laying down on top of the monument of the Yondaime with many thoughts running through his head. He was pissed at his emo teammate, and happy about the news he received. -2 hours ago, Team 7 was in the Hokage giving reports about the mission. Kakashi was worried through the whole trip back. Naruto hadn't said a word to him or Sasuke, but would have casual conversation with Sakura. He even let Naruto have all the weapons from the bandits Sasuke defeated as punishment for the Uchiha's action towards Sakura. And speaking of said girl, Sakura's feelings for the two boys had done a 180, or should he said 200. While she never really hated Naruto, she was now reliant for the blonde. Looking at him in a new light after his past actions, Naruto protecting her was a real eye-opener for her, and now she had a crush on Naruto or something more. As for Sasuke, Sakura had complete disdain for the boy. She couldn't even say his name without lacing it with venom. He was wondering if he could get them to work together for the Chunin exams in a few months. After finishing explaining about the mission, Kakashi was eyeing his leader to see his reaction, and as expected he was pissed. I see, for Sasuke Uchiha punishment, half of his mission pay will go towards Sakura Haruno. Hiruzen declared, making seethed. You can't do that, but the Uchiha was cut off by high killer intent. You better watch how you speak to me, boy. You may have the council under your feet but not I. When I say something, you listen. Am I clear? Sasuke nodded his head weakly from the pressure of the ki. Good, now Team 7 you are dismissed, except for you Naruto. I believe we have a promise to fulfill. Kakashi and the emo proceeded to leave, but Sakura stayed holding Naruto's hand tightly. Naruto figured this would happen. Signing, he turned his attention towards the Hokage. Gigi, is it okay if Sakura stays? I don't mind her listening. Naruto asked, surprising Hiruzen and Sakura. Are you sure, Naruto-kun? I understand this is personnel for you? Sakura looked at Naruto with a guilty look. Whatever they were about to talk about was a private matter, and she was feeling bad being here. It's okay, Naruto-kun. I don't have to be here. It's fine, Sakura-chan, I trust you. After all, we're friends now, and I was going to tell you anyway. Naruto said, giving her one of his warm smiles, causing the girl to blush. Alright, if you insist. Now as a promise I will tell you about your mother. Sakura whipped her head towards the Hokage and back at Naruto, seeing a little excitement from his eyes. Your mother is not originally from this village, she's from Yuzu just like the rest of your clan. But she was the sole survivor. Your mom was most likely the strongest female in the village next to Tsunade. Her name was Kushina Uzumaki. She was feared for her Fuinjutsu and Kenjutsu. She had as much chakra as you and unlimited stamina. In the village, she was known as the Red Habanero for her fiery personality and red hair. But on the battlefield, she was known as the Red Death of Konoha. And just so you know, she and your father loved you very much. The Sandaime finished. Naruto gave a real smile with tears coming out his eyes. He was glad he was loved and wanted. He also found it pretty awesome to be in a clan. Sakura smiled for her new friend, and gave him a warm hug, which was returned. And my father? Naruto asked, letting go of Sakura to the girl's dismay. I'm sorry, Naruto, but on your father's orders, I was told not to give you any information regarding him until you reach Chunin. Also, Sakura, this is a class secret, so only Naruto and I are allowed to share this information, understand? Sakura nodded. He turned his attention to Naruto and signed. Present time. Naruto still hasn't confronted the Uchiha about his action, and it wasn't helping that a certain fox was telling him to kill the emo, which he was considering. While he was in thought, he didn't notice a shadow approaching him with a seductive grin. Well, there you are, Foxy-kun, I'm glad I caught you alone. Before Naruto could get up, he was straddled by Anko. Anko-chan, what are you doing here? Not that I don't miss you. I was looking to ask you something, but the look on your face tells me you're upset. Want to talk about it? Anko asked in concern. Naruto signs and begins to explain what took place on the mission. Anko was quiet for a while, processing what she heard, then started leaking killer intent. So the emo prick thinks everyone is beneath and should be sacrificed for his cause. Well, I bet your precious Anko-chan can change his mind. Don't bother, if you touch him, the council of douchebags will be up your ass, and frankly it's not worth it. True, those Uchiha-ass kissers will do anything for their emo overlord. Anko said, but remember what she came for. Looking at Naruto still in a bad mood, she decided to do something about it. While straddling the blonde, she slowly started to gyrate her hip against his crotch, making Naruto blush. Anko-chan, what are you? Ha, what's the matter? How don't you like your sexy Anko-chan? Anko moans, happy that her plan was working, while feeling happy her favorite blonde was enjoying this. She started to go faster, while gasping for air. Naruto was getting turned on and grabbed Anko's hips to help her. He didn't know why this was happening but wasn't complaining. As Anko moved her hips, she felt something poked her entrance, through her panties, and smiled seductively. Someone's happy, but let's finish this. She kept going until both of them buckled their hips, moaning in sync, releasing their pent-up energy. The both were gasping for air, breathing lightly, staring into each other's eyes warmly. Anko-chan, not that I didn't enjoy it, but why? Naruto asked, regaining his breath. Because for one, it was hot. Naruto nodded in agreement. 2. You were stressed, so this the only way I can come up with. Anko paused for a moment, and bent down, and gave him a small kiss causing both of them to blush. 3. I like you and was wondering if you wanted to go on a date with me? After 2 months of knowing you, I realized you were the only one who understood me. You treated me with respect and not like an outcast. Plus you're not uptight like most ninja, you value all your friends and I also like that prankster side of you. We're the same, hated, scorned and branded with the seal we didn't want. I feel safe with you, I feel like I can understand you as much as you can understand me. I never felt this way before, so when I talked to Kurenai, she said I loved you. I'm not sure if it's true, but I would like to give it a try, so what do you say? Naruto looked up into Anko's eyes and saw the desperation. He couldn't believe an older woman liked him and asked him on a date nonetheless. He thought about and couldn't come up with a reason not to, especially since out of everyone in the village, Anko was the one who understood him the most but still wasn't sure. Go for it, kid, trust me. Kuruma said out of the blue. Naruto turned to Anko, giving her a sincere smile. Sure, Anko-chan, why not? After all, I kinda like you a bit. Naruto answered. Anko squealed in joy and grabbed Naruto by the collar and gave him a deep, passionate kiss. Naruto faced heat up and his brain was melting. Anko pulled away with a trail of drool connecting their mouths. Great! She then grabbed Naruto's hand and jumped off the mountain, both screaming in joy while falling towards the ground. Once they landed, the older Kunoichi proceeded to drag him through the village in the direction of the Dango's shop. The village glared at the two, but the two were enjoying selves to notice. Dango's shop. Anko and Naruto were eating a whole plate of fruit dangos. While chatting about the mission, well, Anko was eating the dangos and Naruto was feeding her. So Foxy-kun, tell me what went wrong with the mission. From your training, killing a few bandits should have been a walk in a park. It was easy, until the Uchiha decided to abandon the mission to boost his ego, and by exposing himself, almost got killed by a shinobi hiding among the bandits. Team then fought him and lost, but wait, it gets worse. Naruto began leaking ki. He decided to substitute with Sakura-chan, and when I confronted him, you know what he said. Naruto yelled, scaring everyone in the shop. Flashback. Team 7 was taking a break from their mission, a few miles from the bandit camp. But things weren't going smoothly for the team, since Naruto had Sasuke pinned against a tree by his collar. Sasuke was glaring at the blonde, which was being returned tenfolds. Why? Why would you sacrifice Sakura-chan's life like that? Sasuke snorted. Why would you ask such a simple question? Because you tried to save me during the wave mission from Haku. But yet you almost killed Sakura-chan, the girl who devoted herself to you, no matter how you treat her? Because she's useless dead weight. I don't give a damn about her feelings. It's not my fault she likes me, and if she does, she should feel honored to die for me. After all, I'm an elite. And for the reason I save is to keep you alive until I surpass my brother. You might not have noticed, but I was conscious when you beat Haku. Your power was dark and hatred. You showed me my brother was right and I kept you alive to test myself against you, and when I almost died, I realized that I sacrificed my goal for nobody, me an elite. If I can overcome your hatred with my own, I will be one step closer to beating my brother. As for Sakura, she can die for all I care. Naruto's eyes started flashing red, his teeth sharpened and grip tightened. You bastard, Sakura is a living being, she is your equal. Do not compare me, an elite, to a useless expendable fangirl. I'm her better and superior, she's nothing but dead weight. Naruto cocked his fist back and got ready to punch the Uchiha, until Kakashi grabbed his arm. Naruto, calm down, I'll handle this when we get back to the village. Kakashi ordered, but was shook a bit when he noticed Naruto's eyes. Fine, but keep me and Sakura-chan away from the high Uchiha, Naruto said, tossing Sasuke to the ground and going to sit by Sakura. End of flashback. Anko gritted her teeth after hearing the story. She never really was a fan of the Uchiha. He got everything on a silver platter while Naruto suffered, and the worst part, he refused love and acceptance from the village, the very thing she and Naruto wanted. The spoiled prick, I'm shocked you didn't kill him. If it was me, I would have had torture him myself. Anko said, but if you did, the ass-kissing council would have never let you get away with. Naruto said, getting a nod to Anko. I know, they would do anything for their little precious Uchiha. Anyway, now after listening to that, I need to vent. So Forest of Death for a little spar? Naruto smiled and nodded. He paid for the dangos, which Anko thanks by pecking him on the cheek and shunshin away. Minus 30 minutes later, Anko was jumping from tree to tree, dodging shuriken backpack to back. She landed on a tree, then blocked an axe kick from Naruto and grabbed his leg. She pulled him forward, then punched him in the face, causing him to turn to smoke. Abushin? Anko looked around and was impressed she couldn't find him. She soon sensed a presence and turned to see Naruto leaping towards and delivering a roundhouse kick. Anko ducked, but Naruto didn't give up. He threw a punch. Anko tilted her head, causing the punch to miss, and kneed Naruto, which he grabbed and used it to leap away and ran back toward Anko and went in for a high kick. Anko stepped back to avoid. Anko snaked around Naruto by going under the branch and get behind, and kicked him off the tree branch. But as she witnessed him falling, she was surprised when he turned to smoke. Before she could turn around, she felt something kick her into the back and flew into a trunk of a tree. After getting her head together, she looked up to see a huge fireball heading towards her. She rolled forward to dodge, and the fireball hit the tree behind her. Not bad, Foxy-kun, but it's not over yet. Naruto smirked, then he noticed the tree behind Anko beginning to fall, and she was in its path. Hibi-chan! Look out! Anko looked and closed her eyes. Naruto leaped and went through some hand signs. Makoto, Saiyan! A couple of woodbines appeared in front of Anko, wrapping around the trunk of the tree, protecting Anko from the impact. Anko opened her eyes and widened what she was seeing. There was a tree inches from her face, but the shocking part was the trunk of the tree was being restrained by wood-like veins coming out the ground. Naruto landed in front of her and grabbed her hands. Are you okay? Anko snapped out her dazed and looked at Naruto. And Naruto-kun, you have the wood release? Naruto signed and nodded. Yes, Kurama said have the blood of the senju, and he awoke it a while ago, using his chakra as enhancer. Who's Kurama? Naruto pointed at his stomach. Oh, anyway, congrats on the bloodline and all, even though it's an inconvenience. Anko said, sitting down on the tree, hugging her legs. Naruto cocked his head to the side in confusion and sat next to her. What do you mean? Well, once people find out you have the ability of the Shodai, you will be put into the CRA, which means I have to share. Well, what if I refuse? Naruto offered, causing Anko to look at him in shock. Are you crazy? Why would you turn a chance to have a harem to yourself? Most guys would jump at the opportunity. Anko asked. Naruto gave her a warm smile and held her hands in his. Because of you, you're the first person to confess to me, you understand me well, and just like you, I want people to love me for me, and not want me for a breeding stock. Naruto answered. Anko stared at the boy in front, and was amazed at how big his heart was. There was someone who genuinely cared for her, and would have her over countless women. Anko grabbed Naruto by his collar and pulled him into a kiss, no tongue, but it was deep and filled with a lot of emotion. After a few minutes, she pulled away from the crimson-red Naruto. Anko gave the blonde a real smile, making Naruto blush harder. I'm definitely falling for you, and thank you. But sadly you won't have a choice. Well, if I don't have a choice, then how about I let you choose the other girls I'm with? Will that make you feel better? You're really going out for me and it makes me happy. I'll accept the offer, and one more thing. She pulled Naruto into another kiss, but this one was quick. That's for saving and thinking about my feelings, Anko said, leaning her head against Naruto. Both enjoy each other's company. Yamanaka's shop. Ino was sitting at the counter, reading a magazine since it was a slow day. She was looking for tips to improve her look to attract a certain Uchiha, while daydreaming about marrying him. But she was snapped out of her thoughts when she heard the door opened. She looked up to see Sakura walking in with a depressed look. What are you doing here, forehead? Sakura started, getting a surprised look from Ino, since she didn't call her pig. She looked into Sakura's eyes. She saw anger and determination. We need to talk about Sasuke-san and our friendship. Do you mind taking a short break to talk in your living room? Sakura, I can't. Please? This is important. Sakura pleaded with her former friend. Ino started to look concerned for her friend. Why did she want to talk about Sasuke-kun? She first thought Sakura was going to try to convince her to give up, but she just remembered Sakura addressed Sasuke-kun as Sasuke-san. Sure, come on in. Ino turned the sign on the door to be back in a few and guided Sakura in the house in her living room and sat down on a cushion at the dining room table. Okay, Spill, what about Sasuke-kun you want to talk about? Sakura signed and prepared for Ino's reaction. Hokage office. Hokage was sitting in battling his worst enemy, paperwork, wishing to do away with it or at least hoping for a brief distraction. Unfortunately for him, he got his wish in the form of an overdue visitor, because Tsunade slammed the doors open with what to be hope in her eyes, breathing hard as she just ran a mile. Is it true? Is my grandson alive? Hiruzen was shocked at the sudden appearance of his student. And what did she mean to her grandson? Hello Tsunadeheim, it's good to see that you are well, but what do you mean your grandson? Tsunade's eyes widen a bit and sigh as she pinches her temples. Kami have mercy on that pervert, I guess he didn't tell you. Tsunade took a seat in front of her sensei. I'm sure you are aware of Minato being Jiraiya's son? I am. From what I learned, Minato was an orphan before Jiraiya came along and adopted him. That's not necessarily the case. Jiraiya didn't adopt him, he is his actual father, Tsunade stated, gauging his reaction. And as she thought, he took it as a surprise considering his pipe fell out of his mouth. And that's not all. What else could there be? And who's Minato's mother? Hiruzen asked. Tsunade was quiet for a moment before mumbling something. Do you care to repeat that? It's me, Tsunade answered. I'm his mother. After Dan's death, I left the village as you know. One night Jiraiya found me and we played a game of poker and we each made a bet. If I win, he would pay off one of my debts, and if he won, I'd go on a date with him. As you know, he won, and we went to a bar and had a few drinks. That's when things got dangerous. We ended up at a hotel and then the rest is history. Hiruzen nodded. Why didn't you return with Minato and how come no one knew? Because of Minato-kun. I told him about his family and the village. He was excited and wanted to become a shinobi for the village. He knew of my disdain and told me to come when I'm ready. Funny, right? I'm his mother, and he was concerned for me and my image. He kept his status a secret, that way he wouldn't be forced in the CRA, and for my image, that way no one would think I would abandon him. But her fist clenched in anger as she gritted her teeth. When Jiraiya told me about Kushina being pregnant, I was ready to return, and when I did, I was surprised to see he was marrying a Uzumaki. So I decided to wait to let the village know about Minato until his baby was born. I understand. So why did you think Naruto-kun was dead? Hiruzen asked. Because the elders and Danzo told me they were killed by the fox. When I returned from the search for the snake team, the fox was already sealed. I went towards Minato-kun's house and Danzo was there with the 2 old bats. He told me Minato and his family were killed, so I left with Shizen and never came back. Tsunade finished, leaking some ki along with Hiruzen. I should have known. Ever since he was young, Naruto was targeted by the corrupted Warhawk to become his personal weapon. He even gained control of the civilian council with the help of my former teammates. I swear I'm getting too old for this shit. Well, how was his life here in the village? He was the son of Minato-kun, so I hope he wasn't spoiled. Tsunade asked eagerly. Hiruzen started to sweat a bit. Well, you see, Yamanaka's residence. Ino was staring across her dining room table at Sakura after Sakura informed her about her mission with her team. The platinum blonde couldn't believe that her Sasuke would use Sakura as a sacrifice, and to make things more surprising, Naruto, the former dead last, jumped in front of the pinkette and took a hit. Ino, I know how you're feeling right now, but I think you should give up on Sasuke. But what about marrying him? He's the best. He was the best, but not anymore. He lost multiple fights since we were put on a team. On the wave mission, he fought an ice user and lost, but Naruto beat him. He fought Naruto in a spar with his Sharingan but lost. And lastly, the nuke nin who attacked me was beaten by Naruto, the same one that beat Sasuke. Sakura said, drinking some tea. Ino was amazed. She always believed that Sasuke was the ace of Team 7, but it seems Naruto was stronger, and she didn't want to admit it, but she found it romantic that Naruto took a hit for Sakura, like a knight for her princess. I guess we were wrong about the 2 of them. Sakura nodded. We are more than that. Ino stared at Sakura confusingly. We were bitches. We worshipped Sasuke so much, we treated everyone else like crap. We did because he's a Uchiha and he was an orphan. But so was Naruto, but he was ignored and bullied by everyone including us. But that was his fault. He was annoying and always pulled pranks. Ino argued. Sakura shook her head. Be that as it may, if I think about it, Naruto-kun might be the perfect guy for me. Also, I think I know why he was pulling pranks, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't just for enjoyment. During the wave mission, I found out a little about Naruto's past, and it was pretty bad. Well, how bad was it? Well, we learned from Kakashi sensei while he was in the orphanage. He was isolated from the other kids. They had him sleep in the basement, barely feed him, and kept his room cold. But things changed when he turned 6 years old. Ino breathed in relief. Things changed for the better, I assume. After all, how could someone with a bad past always be happy? Sakura shook his head. No, it gets worse. Ino was about to ask, until Sakura halted her. He was kicked out when he was 6 and was digging through garbage to find his next meal. Ino held a hand over her mouth as gasp. But there's more, he used to sleep in dark alleys and in sewers. Sakura said with tears in her eyes, picturing a little Naruto shivering in the cold. Ino started to get worried. Okay, I get it. It was bad, now please stop. No! Sakura yelled, startling Ino. Just listen, please. Ino nodded. After he was kicked and went through all that, the villagers started hunting down. They beat him, and he had no one to comfort him beside the ramen people. Sakura had tears pouring down her face, which confused the platinum blonde. Ino was upset at the villagers, but what accused her was how Sakura was handling it. Why was she so affected by this? Why does this upset you? There's nothing you could have done. Sakura stopped sobbing and glared at the blonde, but not in anger. It was guilt. You know why this upsets me? Because we added to his pain. Ino's eyes widened. He was called a demon by the villagers, and in the academy we made fun of him when he wanted friends. And what's worse, my mom wanted me to be friends with him, but I followed the crowd because I didn't want to be made fun of. Ino was now sobbing at the guilt she was feeling. But he was annoying, and was an idiot. Ino tried to defend. Remember all those pranks? I do, and you know what else I remember? Naruto-kun never pranked us. He never did anything to us. So why was I so bothered by it? For Kami's sake, we treated Kiba better than Naruto. Kiba, who I remind you is a pervert and looks down on women. Ino started to rub her eyes, trying to wipe away the tears. Kakashi told me the only reason he pranks people is for attention. He didn't like being ignored and glared at, so by pranking, he was looked at as an annoying kid. Ino finished. Ino never thought about it before. Naruto never targeted kids for his pranks, only adults, and now hearing this, they probably deserved it. And now that she noticed it, whenever she saw him smile, it seemed forced, but she never thought of it because she never cared for her fellow blonde because she always focused on the Uchiha. But after hearing about the incident, she started to look at both Team 7 boys in different ways. She always dreams about getting married one day to a knight in shining armor, and she assumed Sasuke was the one to fit the description. Now, after hearing about the emo, she was having second thoughts about pursuing any relationship with him. He's amazing, regardless of how the village treats him, he still wants to be Hokage and protect the village. I wish I could also be strong like him. Sakura blushed before continuing. I think I'm going to give Naruto-kun a chance, he proved to me how much he cares about me. Sakura announced. Even though he said he will never pursue me again, he didn't say his feelings were gone. Hold up forehead, not so fast. Ino interjects. Why do you get to have Naruto? What if I want him? Sakura gasps in surprise before glaring at her old friend. And why would you want him, Ino pig? You hardly know him. Sakura yelled. Why wouldn't I? After everything you said, I would be stupid not go for him. Should I remind you, you said he's kind-hearted, strong, dedicated, and practically a knight. He jumped in front of an attack to save you. That's so romantic. I may not know him much, but from what you told me, he has the quality of a good man. I just get to know him better and show him my good side. He shouldn't be able to resist my charm, especially since I'm way more beautiful than you are. Ino said with confidence. Fat chance pig, Naruto-kun will be mine. After all, we already kiss. Ino was surprised but quickly hid it. Well, I guess I have to give an even better one, like I let you. Sakura and Ino continue back and forth, but they would never admit they were enjoying each other's company. Council room. The shinobi clan head and the civilian council received word of a meeting of great importance, and was waiting for their leader. But soon the wait was over, when the doors opened revealing the Hokage. The clan heads did a slight bow towards as a show of respect, and Mabuki was the only one to bow on the civilian side. I'm glad everyone is here, now let's begin this meeting. Hiruzen started with a slight chuckle. What is this meeting about, Hiruzen? Danzo questioned. It's funny you should ask, you see it actually involves you. Danzo was confused. Has his root headquarters been found out? He doubts that. He was sure he wasn't missing an agent. You can come in now. Hiruzen called, breaking Danzo from his thoughts. Everybody turned to the figure behind them, and saw none other than Tsunade Senju walk in with a smile. Danzo flinched a bit at the glare the Sannin was giving him to keep, but kept his stoic look. Tsunade-sama, it's an honor to have you back in our village. Koharu started. Cut the shit, I'm not here for the village. Tsunade said, still glaring at the bandaged man and shifting it towards the elders. I've got questions that need answers. Danzo, Tsunade narrowed eyes. Why did you tell me that a Kushina child was killed? Some eyes widen. Kushina's pup is still alive? Where? The Inuzuka asked but was ignored. Isn't it obvious? It is the property of the leaf. It should be made into the perfect. Danzo didn't get finished because Tsunade grabbed the throat, releasing a bunch of ki. Do not call my grandson an IT, and how dare you say he's your property? Especially after how you treated him. I should kill you now. Tsunade cocked back her fist. Lady Tsunade, please calm. Hamaru tried to plead before Tsunade glared at him. You're next. And you too, Koharu. Tsunade yelled, causing the advisors to flinch in fear. Is Nico here? An umbu with a cat mask appeared in front of the slug princess. Yes, Lady Tsunade, I heard from the pervert you protect my grandson, for that you have my eternal gratitude. Tsunade thanked with a smile on her face. If you ever need anything, just ask. I would have protected him even if I wasn't asked to. This village owes them that much. And plus I kinda grew attached to him. Nico replied with a slight blush behind her mask. Excuse me, Lady Tsunade, but if the pup is alive, who is here? I was told he didn't make it. Some asked in desperation. Nico, may you find him and bring here, please? Tsunade requested. Hi. Nico bowed before disappearing in a shunshin away. Will you just tell me who it is? Some begged. Tsunade rubbed her temples and approached the woman and whispered in her ear. Some eyes widened and glared at the civilian side of the council, making them shiver. I'm going to make you bastards pay. She then turned her glare towards Danzo. Especially you, you old prick. You better show respect to your better Sama-san. Danzo said in a calm manner. The only thing you deserve is the shit from my hound's yard. Some retorted. You heartless. She was cut off when the doors opened, revealing Nico walking in, and what was strange, she was chuckling. I'm sorry, haha, he's on his way. Nico struggled to say because of her chuckling. Soon Naruto walked in with his jacket unzipped and lipstick all over his face. With a goofy grin on his gave the boy a questionable look and turned to Nico for answers, but she was cut off. What's the demon doing at an important meeting? A merchant councilman began before he was grabbed from the throat by Tsunade. Some smiled deviously. Watch what you call my grandson. Everyone's eyes widened, while the civilian side was shaking in fear, remembering everything they did to the boy. And if I remember, isn't there a law about that word? Nico. Tsunade called the man towards the umbu as Nico unsheathed her sword and cut the man's neck off. Hiruzen looked at Tsunade in concern. Tsunade noticed and smirked. I got over my fear, sensei. Hiruzen nodded and turned to Naruto, who was still in a daze. Nico, what's the matter with the boy? Nico started to laugh. Anko, sir. Hiruzen quirked an eyebrow. Apparently those two are a thing. All the males beside Danza looked at Naruto in amazement. Naruto soon snapped out his gaze and realized he was in the council room. He was about to ask why he was here when he was suddenly swooped up by his feet in a huge hug. Naruto-kun! You're alive! I can't believe you are alive. Naruto was suffocating, gasping for air. Of course I am. Who are you, lady? Tsunade sat him down and wiped a stray tear. Sorry, I was happy to see you. Why? Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Tsunade Senju, one of the Sannin, but most importantly. She bent down and kissed his forehead, making him blush. I'm your grandmother, Tsunade Senju? As in the granddaughter of the... Naruto paused and registered what he heard. Wait, did you just say, I'm your grandmother? Tsunade smiled. Naruto started to shake. Why? Tsunade gave him a confused look. Why weren't you here for me? Did you hate me like everyone else? No. Tsunade answered with tears of her own coming out. I would have been here for but. She started releasing ki, startling everyone. I was told by some soon-to-be-dead fools that you perished the night of the attack. She stopped the ki and gave Naruto a soft hug which he returned. I love you. Naruto was crying in the crick in her neck, very happy. Everyone gave them a moment before both the blondes calmed down. Wow, I can't believe I have family, and it's a Senju. The shinobi clan heads, Hokage, Mabuki and Tsunade all smiled at the boy, happy for him. There's no way those two are related. Tsunade is a princess, and the boy is nothing but garbage. Another council said, making the rest nod in agreement. He must have hypnotized her. Kit, show them? Kuruma suggested. Naruto smiled at the idea even though he wanted to keep it a secret. If I'm not a Senju, how can I do this? Mokutan, Moku Bunshin no Jutsu. Naruto said, making a wood clone of himself, receiving gasp in return. You have Jichan bloodline. Tsunade asked in shock. That's right, Bachan, which reminds me. Naruto turned to face the Hokage. I would like to be in the CRA. Naruto shocked everyone. I agree, it'll bring great strength to the leaf to revive the Mokutan, Senju and Uzumaki clan. Danzo said. Well, I don't. We shouldn't have any more demon spawns running around. The stupid councilman started before he was beheaded by Nico. Hiruzen looked at Naruto and nodded for him to continue, but there is a condition. Everyone waited for Naruto's condition in suspense and grew nervous when he started to chuckle. You can come in now. Naruto called. Anko walked in with a huge sinister grin, matching Naruto's. Anko-chan have to approve of them. Hello, Shinobi Council, Anko greeted with a bow, then the Civilian Council. Your royal assness, why should the snake whore have the honor of such an important task, Uzumaki-sama? Another random councilman asked. Anko was about to jump up and torture the victim, but Naruto grabbed her hand and gave her a warm smile. For one, I don't want anyone trying to gain power using my clan status. The civilians grumble a bit. And two. Naruto pulled Anko by her arms and gave her a deep kiss, surprising everyone. Anko got over her shocked mood and returned the kiss by wrapping her arms around his neck. Naruto wrapped his arms around her waist, earning an extra moan from the snake mistress. Some of the men were impressed with the blonde, while Tsunade gave a questionable gaze. After 30 seconds of making out, they broke apart for air and Anko gave Naruto a seductive smile. Didn't know you were an exhibitionist. Anko then turned her head towards the council. Now listen up, I don't want no pansy girl trying to bed my Naruto-kun for his status, or my snakes will have a full-course meal. So no fangirls nor loveless relationship. Anko declared, receiving nods of approval from the shinobi and glares from the civilians. Tsunade smirked and couldn't agree more. She was going to suggest the same thing, but the fact Anko suggested it was enough to earn some points in her book. Do we agree on Naruto being listed in the CRA? Everyone nodded, even the demon haters. Then it's decided Naruto Uzumaki will take part of the CRA, dismissed. It's been 3 days since Naruto met his grandmother. He was extremely happy. Once Tsunade found out he was living in an apartment at the Red District, she almost raised hell. She just needed that little push, and that push came in the form of a civilian who noticed Tsunade walking next to Naruto. He tried to pull Naruto away from her, claiming the demon was trying to taint their princess, and to make matters worse, more civilians joined in. It was safe to say, the hospital was almost full that afternoon. Naruto was happy, he had family, he had a new place to live, but the biggest surprise, he also had a new friend in Shizen Kato. If he could describe her in a way, he would say she is the opposite of Anko, which isn't good or bad. Shizen was calm, patient, and level-headed. She was also a rational thinker. Naruto decided to learn about poison from her. He may not be able to do medical ninjutsu, but he could probably make poison and antidotes. Naruto had to be honest, he enjoyed Shizen company. She was the first female he met that wasn't brash, violent, or weird. Shizen took to the blonde well, she enjoyed his company well. He was easy to get along with and fun to talk to. He reminded her of her uncle whenever he talked about being Hokage, and she respected how he valued bonds and cherished them as well. Tsunade had informed Shizen about Naruto being in the CRA and suggested she join. Shizen had blushed up a storm, claiming she didn't know the boy. Tsunade gave a smirk that Shizen recognized. It means Tsunade was planning something. Tsunade ordered Naruto to go get some flower seeds and she forced Shizen to join. Shizen was blushing because she knew what her sensei was planning, but she did want to get to know Naruto more, so she went along with the plan. Do you know what kind of flower Bachan wants? Shizen nodded. She wants anything red, yellow and purple. Red for Uzumaki, purple for Senju and yellow is a secret. Shizen teased. Sign asterisk, it's my dad, isn't it? Why won't anyone tell me who he is? Well, at first it was because we thought you couldn't keep a secret. But now that's not the case. What do you mean? Naruto asked. Shizen started to giggle. Well, you are training right now, and everyone assumes if you find out who your father was, you would be begging to learn his jutsu. Shizen answered. How strong are they? AS rank. Naruto pouted. Shizen giggled and rubbed his back. It's alright just to be patient for me? Shizen asked. Naruto looked at Shizen and signed. Fine, I guess I can't ignore a request from a beautiful lady, Naruto said with a smirk when he saw Shizen blush. Nice one, Kit, you are finally stepping out of your cage. Kuruma complimented. Shizen calmed down and gave Naruto a sad look. You don't have to lie, I'm aware of my boyish look. Even with theses. Shizen pushed up her breast. Most guys don't pay attention to me, that's their loss. Shizen turned to Naruto and continued. You might not have big like other girls doesn't mean you aren't beautiful. I think you have a natural beauty. When I'm with you, I feel calm and relaxed with you. So don't worry, if no one wants you, I'll go out with you, Naruto said with a grin. Shizen blushed and gave Naruto a warm smile. She bent down and kissed his cheek. Well, how about we go out later? She said with a wink. Naruto blushed and nodded as they headed towards the flower shop. Yamanaka flower shop. Ino was annoyed. After her conversation with Sakura, she decided to look for her fellow blonde but couldn't find any trace of him. She wanted to get to Naruto, her future husband, a little better after Sakura informed her about Naruto's action. She still found it very romantic and heroic. As she was in her train of thoughts, Naruto walked in with Shizen. Hey Ino, how are you? Ino snapped out of her thoughts and gave a warm smile to the boy who infected her thoughts and blush at his new outfit. Naruto-kun, there you are. I've been looking for you. Naruto was confused when he heard this and was even more confused when he heard the suffix, although it kinda made him blush coming from Ino. Regardless of how she treated him, he couldn't deny she was cute. Not to sound rude, but why were you looking for me? We're not exactly close. Ino frowned at the comment, causing Naruto to feel guilty. I'm sorry, I didn't mean. It's okay. Ino cut him off. I've been nothing but mean to you. I was looking for you because I wanted to apologize to you and get to know you better, especially after what Sakura told me about what transpired during your mission. After I heard about that, I wanted to get to know you, but I understand if you don't want to. Sure, in fact, why don't you come with us? I was showing Shizen-chan around the village, and I'm sure she would love to talk to another female. We will come back for the seeds later. Naruto offers, turning to his female companion, who gives him a nod of approval. Sure, let me close down and we can go, Ino said with a cheer and turned the signs on the door, then latched herself on Naruto's arm, surprising him. What are you doing? Naruto asked. Well, this is a date with two beautiful girls, so this is normal. Right, Shizen-san, was it? Ino answered. Shizen giggled and held Naruto's hand. Right, so where are we going? Naruto chuckled and decided to take them to a kimchi barbecue. When they got there, they sat at a table with a grill. So what are we eating? I'm ordering shrimp, beef, and pork. I'm not eating any meat, I'm on a diet and got to keep my figure, Ino answered, causing Shizen to give her a look of misbelief. What do you mean diet, aren't you a kunoichi? Shizen asked. Well yeah, but I gotta watch my figure. Like you? Shizen pinched her temples. Ino-san, I never dieted in my life. It's unhealthy and it can lead to a kunoichi death, Shizen said, surprising Ino. But if you never diet, how do you have that beautiful body? Ino asked. Told you you were beautiful, Naruto commented. Shizen blushed and coughed in her hand to regain herself. Thank you for the compliment, and to answer your question, I train. Training helps build up stamina and strength. If you keep dieting, you'll harm your body. Ino was surprised. She didn't realize she was harming her body. Thank you for your advice, by the way, Shizen. Who are you? I'm a medic Nin and the apprentice of Tsunade Senju, Shizen answered. Ino's eyes went wide when she heard the slug princess name. You're the apprentice of Tsunade-sama? Ino practically shouted. Ino, Naruto? The two blondes turned to the voice and saw Sakura and Hinata looking at them. Hey forehead, Hinata-san, we were about to come see if you wanted to hang out with us. Hey Naruto, what are you doing here and who's this? Sakura said, while looking away from Naruto with blush. Naruto and Shizen-san came by the shop earlier to get some seeds and invited me along to show Shizen-san around the village. Get this, she's the apprentice of the Tsunade Senju. Sakura turned her head towards Shizen so fast, it almost snapped her neck. Really, she's every kunoichi idol. I'm surprised she's in the village, she said, sitting at the table, next to Ino, while Hinata sat next to Shizen. She was even more surprised to find her grandson still alive. When she heard the news, she rushed back to the village like an angry tiger. Shizen said. I wasn't aware that Tsunade-sama had a grandson. Hinata finally spoke. Yeah, I was surprised as well. Naruto said, confusing the younger girls. Why would you be surprised by that, Naruto-kun? Do you know him? Sakura asked her new crush. Because Naruto-kun is her grandson. Shizen answered. Ino's jaw dropped. Hinata fainted and Sakura walked up to Naruto and shook him fast. Why didn't you tell me? We're teammates. Sakura asked. Because I didn't know. Now can you let me go, Sakura-chan? Sakura stopped and blushed in embarrassment. Believe it, if I knew I would tell you. Hey, how would you three like to meet her? Naruto offered. Faster than light, Sakura and Ino were right in his face with stars in their eyes. Really? You're the best, Naruto-kun. Both girls squealed at the same time and both kissed him on the cheek, causing Hinata to glare a bit, and Shizen smiled to twitch a bit. Naruto turned to Hinata, who started to blush. Are you coming too, Hinata-chan? Naruto asked with a warm smile, causing the Hyuga to pass out. Take that as a yes. Ino interjected. Naruto nodded and then finished eating. To Shizen's dismay, she had to convince Sakura to stop dieting as well, and after the speech, Sakura, along with Ino, started eating more meat. After Naruto paid for all 5 of them, they proceeded to head towards the Senju compound. On the way, Naruto instincts kicked in, but it wasn't dangerous, and he was soon tackled by a purple blur known as Anko. Before he could question who it was, he felt someone's tongue enter his mouth and he recognized the taste of dangos, so he started to reciprocate it. The rest of the group was blushing up a storm when this mystery woman appeared out of nowhere and kissed their Naruto-kun. Anko pulled back slowly and smiled. Hey Foxy-kun, how's my favorite blonde? Anko asked, getting off her boyfriend/fiancé. Ino and Sakura were glaring in jealousy, but not because of the kiss, okay maybe a little, but because of how Anko was sexy from her body. They looked at their bodies and back at Anko, then started to cry anime tears. Hinata stepped towards Anko to speak. Excuse me, but who are you? Anko turned to the girl and smiled. I'm the badass, sexy and taken, Anko Mitarashi. You're on the Naichan team, right? Hinata nodded. You're also the one who has been following. Hinata let out a eep and covered Anko's mouth, confusing the others. Anko smirked. Perfect, I've been looking forward to a one-on-one time with you. Come with me, we have some things to discuss. Huh? Was all Hinata said before Anko put her on her shoulder and turned to the group. Don't worry about us, you can go ahead. We'll meet up later. The snake mistress said before giving Naruto a deep, passionate kiss and leaping away with Hinata on her shoulder. Well, that happened? Naruto said. The others nodded after his words and left. Anko headed towards the forest of death and landed in front of the gates, and dropped Hinata on her ass. Okay girlie, I'm not going to beat around the bush. I know you like Foxy-kun, but I'm not going to allow you to date him, Anko said to the girl. Hinata's eyes widened and she began to tear up. Why? I love Naruto-kun, Hinata said. Anko smirked and started her plan. Oh, believe me I know, but here is something you didn't know. Foxy-kun is in the CRA, and as the matriarch female, I'm allowed to decide who's in and who's not. And I don't think you're good enough, Anko said, causing the girl to cry. But I can help you change that. Hinata stopped crying instinctively and was now focused. What do you mean? Anko jumped on the fence and crossed her legs. You're too soft and weak. You stutter too much and have no confidence. I've seen you train and you have hidden potential, which I can bring out. Foxy-kun is going to have a lot of enemies in the future and I don't want no one holding him down, understand? Hinata nodded her head. Foxy-kun is the type to risk his life for people he cares about, and if you date him you become a part of our family. Which means you'll have to protect him as well. So to keep it short, if you don't impress me after our training, you will not be with him. Now do you accept me as a second sensei or give up on Foxy-kun? Hinata was quiet for a while before closing her eyes. When she opened her eyes, it showed determination which impressed the snake mistress. I'll do whatever it takes, Hinata said without stuttering. Great, we'll start tomorrow and then Anko's hell training will begin. Senju compound. Naruto and Shizen arrived back at the compound with Ino and Sakura in tow. Bachan? Naruto called out, as he stepped in the house. They went to the dining room and found Tsunade drinking some sake. Welcome back, Naruto-chan, Shizen. Who's these 2 girls behind you? Tsunade asked. Naruto walked up to her and gave her a hug, one of the many they owed each other. This is Sakura-chan and Ino-chan, they wanted to meet you, Naruto answered. Tsunade stood up and approached the girls. It's nice to meet you, Sakura and Ino. Sakura, from what Naruto told me, you have perfect chakra control and I was wondering how would you feel if you became a med? If you're on my grandson's team, I want you to be able to support him, and not just rely on him. So how about I train you? Sakura's mouth dropped. She had just been offered the chance to train with the Tsunade Senju. It'll be an honor to train under you, Sakura said with a bow. Ino got in front of Tsunade in a begging position. Can you train me too? Ino begged desperately, but before Tsunade could answer, Shizen intervened. Actually, Ino-san, may you allow me to train you? You see, I'm a medic nin, but I'm a poison fighter. Owning a flower shop gives you a lot of possibilities. Also, I always wanted to train a student on my own, so what do you say? Would you mind having me? Shizen said. Ino was shocked. Sure, it was the slug Sanine, but it was her apprentice, and she could use her flowers as a weapon. Also, it would be a good step for her life to get back on track. Ino then approached the raven-haired and bowed. I accept your offer, Shizen-sensei. Naruto was happy for the girls. They now have a chance to go from fangirls to kunoichi. Naruto-chan. Naruto turned to Tsunade with a questionable gaze. Nico appeared earlier and she wanted to talk to you. She's in the backyard. She said, you'll know why? Naruto nodded and went to the back of the house and found her. Hello Naruto-kun, how are you? I'm fine, is everything okay? Naruto asked. Yugao nodded. Everything is fine, but your training will conclude in 2 months. You learned all my techniques, some ninjutsu and taijutsu. You still need to learn more seals from your mother scrolls, but overall skill-wise you are a jonin. But you're a low chunin in experience. It's time we refine your skill, so with the permission of Hokage-sama, you will become Umbu for 2 months going on B-rank missions with me or higher if I feel you're ready. This will help you gain experience. And when we're not on missions, you'll train in the Umbu Gauntlet with me doing simulation training. Do you accept it? Of course, Nico-sensei. Thank you for everything. I wish I could give you something to show my appreciation. Oh. Naruto pulled out a scroll and tossed it towards the Umbu. I wanted to give you this, but I guess I got sidetracked. Nico chuckled but unsealed the scroll, revealing Umi Bunkatsu. Yugao gasped at the sword and turned to Naruto. Is this Umi Bunkatsu? But how? Well, on my last mission, I was able to beat a missing nin who was wielding this blade. Since I have my Kachan blade, I thought you should have this one. Naruto said. Yugao was surprised. She had a legendary blade of water and Naruto was the reason she had this powerful weapon in her hand. Yugao approached Naruto and removed her mask, confusing the blonde, then he suddenly blushed when she kissed him on the cheek. Thank you Naruto-kun, I guess now we could help each other. You know, in some countries giving a swordsman a sword as valuable as this is considered a proposal. Yugao said, causing the blonde to blush. As she looked back at the blade, she thought of her previous conversation with Hate, her ex-boyfriend. Flashback. What? Yugao asked, facing her boyfriend with disbelief on her face. She was facing her boyfriend in her apartment. I'm breaking up with you, but it's not you, it's me. You see, I'm slowly dying. I didn't want to tell you until Tsunade-sama confirmed it. She said I have an incurable heart disease and it could happen any day now. Hate explained, sitting on their couch. But why break up with me? Shouldn't we spend your last days together? Yugao pleaded. Hate shook his head. Because you need to unattach yourself to me, it'll be harder for you to let go. I don't want you to dwell on my death. I want you to find someone to love you as much as I do. Maybe that Naruto guy. Naruto? Yugao repeated confusingly. Hate smiled and nodded. You haven't noticed? You always talked about how much fun it is to train him, that he has high potential and so much fun to be around. And don't let me add how he was treating Anko like a princess, and would make the perfect husband for anyone. Yugao blushed in embarrassment, causing Hate to chuckle. He got on his feet and approached the blushing Umbu. Listen, I love you and always will, but after today we shouldn't see each other anymore. It's the best for you. I'll be dead soon, but you'll live and be happy for the both of us. Just promise me something, anything. Yugao responded. Hate adopted a teasing smirk. Name your first kid after me. Hate said, causing Yugao to blush. Flashback end. Nico-sensei? Yugao looked up and smiled at the blonde. She had to admit, she was becoming a little attracted to the blonde and he always gave off this warm aura. She informed Anko of Hayat's wishes and Anko fully supported the thought after comforting her sister figure. I'm fine Naruto-kun, how about we get going? Go say goodbye to your friends and family before we leave because you won't see each other for 2 months. Yugao said. Naruto nodded and went inside his home to say his goodbye, although he told them he was going on a training mission and not in Umbu. Tsunade hugged the boys, covering him with kisses. Shizen decided to take a step further and gave him a peck on the lips. Sakura and Ino, not wanting to lose, kissed him on both of his cheeks, causing the boy to blush. But none of that was even comparable to when he found Anko at her apartment to inform her. When Naruto broke the news to her, Anko told him we're going to make up for future time and dragged him into her bedroom. After around 30 minutes, Naruto was covered with lavender lips and on his chest was Anko-heim property. And he had a goofy grin on his face, which caused Yugao to chuckle. After that they left and headed towards Umbu headquarters to begin Naruto's training. Kit, I'll teach you some more elemental jutsu and some of the fox-style techniques. Plus it's about time to get rid of your hatred, so you harness more of my chakra. We will talk more when your true training begins. Kuruma said, receiving a nod from Naruto. Uchiha compound the next day. Kakashi just arrived at the compound and appeared at his raven hair student window and saw Sasuke just waking up. Yo! Kakashi greeted. Kakashi-sensei, what do you want? Sasuke asked in a cold tone. Well, I got some news for you. It turns out Naruto and Sakura are going to be busy the next 2 months. The Hokage didn't let me know what they will be doing, but it's just going to be us. Sasuke smirked at this. No one will get in his way of training. With him and Kakashi alone, he will become stronger. So what now? Sasuke asked. Well, we're still going to complete some D-rank missions, and after that, I'll work on strengthening your Sharingan. I'll teach you some genjutsu, as well as help you perfect your taijutsu. And if your progress is good, I'll teach you some fire ninjutsu. Kakashi said. Sasuke smirked and nodded. Let's get started. 2 months later, the meeting of Jounin Sensei has called to see which team will be nominated for the Chunin exams. If you think your team is ready, please present yourself. We'll start with the rookies of the Jounin team. Hiruzen stated. Kakashi stepped forward. I, Kakashi Hatake, nominate Team 7 consist of Uchiha Sasuke, Haruno Sakura and Uzumaki Naruto for the Chunin exams. Kakashi said, stepping back. Kurenai stepped forward. I, Kurenai Yuhi, nominate Team 8 consist of Abirame Shino, Hyuga Hinata, and Inuzuka Kiba for the Chunin exams. Kurenai said, stepping back. Asuma stepped forward. I, Asuma Sarutobi, nominate Team 10 consist of Akimichi Chuji, Nara Shikamaru, and Yamanaka Ino for the Chunin exams. Asuma Sarutobi said, stepping back. Iruka was about to get up and protest, but the Hokage stopped him and turned to the Jounin. You may leave and hand the applications to your students. Hiruzen ordered, and as the Jounin left, Iruka finally spoke. Excuse me, Hokage-sama, but why did you allow the rookies to take part of the exam, especially Naruto? He was the dead last, and I don't think he's ready for something of this caliber. Hiruzen chuckled. You don't have to worry about Naruto-kun after all. Hiruzen went close to Iruka's ear. I think everyone has to worry about Naruto-kun because I can guarantee he'll be one of the strongest genin there. Iruka's eyes widened. What could his leader mean? Somewhere else in the village, Anko was enjoying some dangos after her final day with the Hyuga heiress. She could honestly say she was excited to see her little project in action. She felt guilty she had to keep the secret from Kurenai, but to Anko it was more of a surprise. She was snapped out of her thoughts when she felt a pair of arms wrapped around her torso. She was about to kill whoever this pervert is. She whipped out a kunai and turned around to stab the perpetrator, but he grabbed her wrist. When she faced the person, her face turned from anger to happiness. Hey Anko Haimayim. Naruto was cut off with Anko jumping him and smashing her lips against his blowing mind. He closed his eyes and returned the kiss, bringing Anko closer, causing her to moan. After a minute passed, Anko separated from Naruto and looked around to see everyone staring at them, blushing. What the fuck are you fuckers staring at? Anko yelled, causing everyone to scatter. Naruto chuckled and hugged the snake mistress. I missed you, Anko-chan. Anko gave Naruto a warm smile. Same here, Naruto-kun. Anko stepped back and got a good look at Naruto. He was wearing a white open jacket with a fishnet shirt underneath, blue umbu pants with his sword at his side. And thinking about the shirt, she could see Naruto's abs, causing her to drool a bit. But what excited her the most was the aura coming from him. Wow, Foxy-kun, your presence is making me want to jump you. Naruto smiled. Well, looking at you is just as hard considering how gorgeous you are. Naruto commented, causing Anko to blush. Well, as much fun as this is, I have to go get ready for the Chunin exam. Maybe if you're promoted, we can celebrate. Anko said, giving Naruto a wink before shushing away. Naruto chuckled at his girlfriend's antics and proceeded to Team 7 training ground to meet up with his team. Kit, there's 3 stooges following you. Kuruma told the blonde, sensing 3 low chakra readings. Naruto smiled, knowing who one of them was. Konohamaru, I know you there, he said, turning to a square box that was following him. Sensing my presence this early? As expected of my rival. Konohamaru said, leaping out of the box with 2 others. You two, introduce yourselves. I'm Udan and I like math. The boy with the glasses known as Udan said. And I'm Moegi, the most beautiful kunoichi in Konoha. The orange-haired girl said. Naruto chuckled and petted the girl's head, making her blush. Well, you sure are cute, Naruto said, making the girl blush. So what do you 3 want? Well, boss, I was wondering if we could play ninja. Konohamaru asked. I think you should. Think of it as pre-training for them, Kuruma said. Naruto-kun? Naruto was cut off and turned to see Sakura with her hair cut, wearing a red vest with a red skirt. He could tell she was stronger than before, feeling the power radiating from her. Sakura glomped on the boy and gave him a hug. It's good to see you. Naruto returned the hug. It's good to see you too, Sakura-chan, like the haircut. You look great, Databale. Sakura blushed at the comment. Hey boss, is she yours, you know? Konohamaru asked, lining his fingers in a circle. Naruto was about to answer, but Sakura cut him off again. I will be, but not yet, Sakura answered, winking at Naruto. Naruto blushed a bit. As expected of my rival, she's beautiful, but her chest could be bigger. Suddenly the room got a lot colder. Naruto slowly turned his head towards his teammate and saw the Oni. Konohamaru. You should run, Naruto warned. Konohamaru looked at Naruto, then towards Sakura, and saw evil. He then took off in the opposite direction, while Sakura chased after him. Get back here, twerp! Sakura yelled. Naruto chased after her along with the other Keikor. Naruto saw them round the corner and made his way towards them. He had to admit, Sakura anger was a great power source. Ouch, the fuck. Naruto arrives behind Sakura to find his protege being yanked up by the collar by a catboy thingy. But what caught his eye was the kunoichi standing next to him. Nice legs. Kuruma commented. Naruto nodded in agreement. The girl looked at Naruto and blushed a bit with a smirk on her face. Looks like the blonde hottie is checking me out, gotta say, love the eyes, the girl thought. Excuse me ma'am, but may you please let go of my friend? Naruto asked politely, causing the boy in the cat suit to seethe while the girl chuckled. I'm a boy and why should I? He ran into me. Maybe I should teach him a lesson to watch where he is going. The boy cocked his fist back and was about to punch, but all of a sudden he felt metal on his throat. He looked down and saw a tip of a blade pointing at him. When he looked into the blonde eyes, he saw that they were slit. I'm sorry, but I should have been more clear. Put him down or die, Naruto said, releasing some ki. The boy dropped Konohamaru, who ran behind Naruto. The boy reached for his bandages, but as soon as he touched them, he felt a blade touching the back of his neck. He turned around and saw the same blonde who was just standing in front of him. Naruto-kun is amazing, Sakura thought. Strong and handsome. I think I just found a potential boyfriend, the girl thought. Boss is so cool, the three kids thought with Moegi having hearts in her eyes. That's strike 2. If you attempt to harm anyone from my village, not only will you be kicked out of the exams, but you will die here and now. Plus the guy in the tree next to my teammate is getting pissed. You can come out now, Sasuke, and so can you, Red, Naruto said, returning to Sakura's side. Sasuke jumped down from the tree but surprised him that there was somebody behind and he didn't sense him but Naruto did. Sasuke glared at the blonde. How strong are you? I couldn't sense this guy but the dobe could. The girl looked at Sasuke and back at Naruto. He's cute but the blonde is way better. The red glared at the catsuit man in anger. Kankaro, you're a disgrace to our village, be but Gaara. Shut up or I'll kill you, Gaara said, jumping down landing next to his team. He turned to Naruto and bowed. I'm sorry for the trouble my teammate has caused. Gaara turned to walk away with his team. Wait, who are you? Sasuke asked, glaring at the redhead. Who, me? The girl asked. No, the guy with the gourd, Sasuke responded. Naruto walked behind Sasuke and smacked him on the head, then turned to his fellow blonde. I'm sorry, he plays for the other team. He doesn't appreciate beauty as such as yourself, Naruto said, making the girl blush. My name is Sabaka no Gaara. I'm interested in learning your name, the redhead said. Sasuke smirked. Of course you heard of the dash. I wasn't speaking to you. Gaara cut the Uchiha off and turned to the male blonde. Naruto quirked an eyebrow and gave Gaara a challenging smirk. Naruto Uzumaki, future Hokage. Naruto then turned to the blonde girl and gave the girl a warm smile. I know the team didn't care, but would you mind telling me your name? The girl returned the smile and gave the blonde a wink. Sabaka no Temari, Temari said. Naruto approached the girl and grabbed her hand, then kissed her knuckles, making the girl blush. Haha, smooth moves, kid. By the way, this boy has my crazy brother Shikaka sealed inside him. Looking at the boy, you can tell he never slept in a day of his life. Maybe you should help him. Use my chakra and challenge him, Kuruma said. Naruto nodded. Hey Gaara, was it? I got a message for Shikaku from number 9, Naruto said, causing the Sannin's eyes to widen. Shikaku, stop torturing the boy and let him sleep or else you'll be dealing with me, and trust me, unless you want to become a tailless beast, stop tormenting him, Naruto said, making the voice in Gaara's head panic a bit. Gaara looked at the blonde with a confusing gaze. Mother says I can sleep tonight. Temari and Kankaro's eyes widened. Temari turned to her fellow blonde and wrapped in a hug, then kissed him on the cheek. Thanks for helping my brother, maybe we could meet up later? Temari said before turning around and leaving with her brothers. Naruto turned to his teammates and the kids. Let's go guys, we are supposed to meet up with Kakashi-sensei and Konohamaru. I'll hang out with you later. We have to go, Naruto said. Got it boss, see ya. Nice to meet you Sakura-san, but not you team, Konohamaru said before disappearing. Sasuke grunted and Sakura giggled. The team then went to their training ground. As they waited, Sakura and Naruto decided to catch up. So Sakura-chan, how was your training? Naruto said, sitting down by a tree trunk, while Sakura sat in his lap. As Sakura-chan, what are you doing? Anko-san gave me permission to pursue you and she also said to be a little aggressive. Speaking of which, how would you feel about going on a date with me? I know you said you gave up on me but I've changed, so? Sakura answered. Naruto chuckled and wrapped his arms around Sakura's waist. Well, who am I to ignore a girl's need? Sure, I don't mind giving you another chance. So about your training? Naruto asked. That's a secret that you have to wait and see, Sakura answered, sticking her tongue out. Well, it wouldn't really matter because you are just a civilian, Sasuke cut in. Naruto was about to speak but Sakura spoke first. Well, I don't remember asking you Uchiha, not that your opinion matters. Now why don't you just go over there by yourself and broad in the daylight like all emos? Sakura retorted. Sasuke's jaw dropped, his fangirl just told him off. Naruto was staring at Sakura in amazement. Sakura turned to the blonde and was about to question him because of the way he was looking at her. She was surprised when Naruto smashed his lips onto hers and wrapped his arms around her waist, pulling her closer. He pulled back and smiled at the pinkette. Sorry, but talking down to the team kinda turned me on a bit. Sakura just nodded with a day expression on her face. Yo. The three turned to Kakashi, who appeared out of nowhere. Naruto, Sakura, it's good to see you too. Today there will be no training, but I have something for you three. Kakashi handed them an application. These are for the Chunin exams. Fill them out and head to the academy tomorrow at noon. Good luck, Naruto and Sakura. Do your best and keep up with Sasuke. You two missed out on a lot of training, so don't be surprised if you two don't make the cut. See ya, Kakashi said before disappearing. Naruto and Sakura smirked. They couldn't wait to surprise their sensei with their results. Naruto put a hand on Sakura's shoulder. She turned to face him. How about a mini date? Sakura wrapped her arms around his neck and smiled. Sure, we can go to Ichiraku's ramen. I haven't had any in a while. Naruto nodded and shunshined both of them away. Sasuke just gritted his teeth and left. Naruto-chan, please be careful, the exams are dangerous. With that said, I expected you to be promoted, Tsunade told her grandson. Naruto smiled and hugged Tsunade. I'll be fine, I promise, Naruto told her before releasing her and approaching Shizen. She was giving Naruto a warm smile, then kissed him on the cheek. For good luck, Shizen said. Naruto blushed and nodded. He headed out the door towards the academy to meet up with his teammates. It was his time, he would be one step closer to his dream. All his hard work will pay off, at least that he was hoping for. Naruto. Naruto looked up and saw Sakura waving at him, smiling. Sasuke was in the back with his eyes closed. Naruto approached the team, receiving a hug from Sakura. Are you ready? Of course, it's time to show the world that Team 7 is the greatest team, Naruto said, leading his teammates to the exam. Sasuke seethed, thinking he should be the one to lead. When they walked up the first set of stairs, they noticed Team Guy. Please, we just want to take the exam, Tenten pleaded on the ground. Naruto smiled. He knew she was faking but didn't know why. He then looked at the room door in front of them. It said 302. Sakura-chan, this is the wrong floor. Let's move upstairs, Naruto whispered. Sakura nodded and was about to follow Naruto. Remove the genjutsu, it's pathetic, Sasuke said, walking forward. He was trying to put himself on a pedestal and show that a Uchiha couldn't be fooled. Sasuke team, I know you like to show off, but what you just did, you just made yourself look like a moron, dumbass. This was a test to weed out the weak, but you had to give everyone the answer. At this rate you're not Chunin material, Naruto scolded. Sasuke seethed and was about to say something until Team Guy. Wow, what's that sword? May I take a look, Naruto-kun? Naruto smiled at the weapon lover. Sure. He handed the girl his sword. Tenten had hearts in her eyes. The sword was a beautiful crimson red, mixed with black. It was well taken care of and sharpened just right. She handed the sword back to Naruto. That's an amazing sword, do you mind if we spar sometime? Sure, anyway. I have something for you, Naruto said, pulling out a scroll and handing it to Tenten. Tenten looked confused but opened the scroll. Her eyes had stars when she saw multiple shurikens, kunais, and different swords. Naruto chuckled at her reaction. And here's the best part, they're made out of chakra metal. Tenten's head snapped at Naruto when she heard that. And you'll just give it to me? Of course, you want to be a weaphumph. Naruto couldn't finish when Tenten slammed her lips onto Naruto. Sakura's eyes twitched a bit. Sasuke didn't care and Team Guy was shocked at the reaction. She pulled back and gave him a flirty wink. Thanks, Naruto, maybe after the exam we could train sometime, Tenten said. Naruto nodded dumbly before replying. I'm sure, if I get a kiss like that every time I give you a weapon, I might go hunting for more, Naruto said with a blush and scratched his cheek. Tenten punched Naruto's arm. You have to buy me dinner first. Who knows? You might get lucky. Naruto smiled at that. Are you Naruto Uzumaki? Naruto turned to Neji, but for some odd reason, he was glaring at him. You're the one Hinata-sama always talks about and the one responsible for her recent change. Because of you, she now thinks she can change her fate as a failure. Naruto's eyes narrowed at the comment. Let's get some things straight. 1. I have no idea what change you're on about, Anko. And 2. Watch what you say about her, Neji snorted. Or what? Or I might do something I regret, Naruto said in a dark tone, putting his hand on the hilt of his sword. Neji activated his Byakugan and Naruto's eyes turned slit. The room was filled with Naruto's killer intent. Neji wasn't showing it, but he was a little scared. Sakura was concerned Naruto might do something he regrets. You two calm down, it's unyouthful for comrades to fight, Lee said, walking between them. Neji deactivated his eyes and walked towards the stairs. You better not hope we don't face each other, the Hyuga said, walking up the stairs. Tenten shook her head disappointedly. I'm sorry about him, he has a pole stuck up his ass, Tenten commented, causing both Naruto and Sakura to laugh. Lee approached the pinkette blushing. Excuse me, Sakura-chan. You are the most beautiful girl I ever laid my eyes on. Will you be my girlfriend? I promise to protect you with my life. Rock Lee proposed. Sakura looked at the green spandex boy and signed. Sorry, Lee, was it? I already have my eyes on someone else, Sakura said. Lee cried anime tears for a second before turning to Sasuke. Excuse me, Sasuke Uchiha, I would like you to spar with me. Naruto, Sakura and Tenten looked at Lee with a shocked look on their faces. Sasuke gave Lee an arrogant smirk. You know who I am and still want to fight me. I do. I want to prove genius can beat natural talent. Lee responded. Sasuke, don't do it. The Uchiha turned to Naruto as the blonde continued. You can't beat him as you are, he's strong. Sasuke snorted and turned to face Lee. I'll end this in a minute. Naruto shook his head and turned to walk away. Sakura decided to follow him. Naruto-kun, why did you say that? Do you believe Sasuke will lose? Naruto nodded. Yes, Sasuke's pink eye won't work on him. How come? He doesn't use chakra, but he is a pro at taijutsu. Sasuke will not be able to touch him. When they approached the top of the stairs, Kakashi was there waiting for them. Hey you two, where's Sasuke? Getting his glorified ass handed to him by bushy-browed Junior Naruto answered as Sasuke approached them limping. He looked at Naruto and narrowed his eyes. Not a damn word. Sasuke said. Naruto whistled innocently while Sakura giggled. You should have listened to Naruto-kun, he did try to warn you, Sakura said. Sasuke glared at her, causing her to blink confusingly. When you said not a word, I thought it only meant for Naruto, Kakashi signed. Well, I'm glad all three of you are here, especially you two, Sakura and Naruto. Be safe, and even if you don't make Chunin, there's always next year, but try your best. Naruto and Sakura looked at each other and smirked. Kakashi had no idea about their training and thought it was funny. When they walked through the doors, they were met with glares from multiple glares. Naruto ignored it and walked towards the corner of the room with his team in pursuit. Naruto, test out your Kitsune. It can couple jutsu like the Sharingan and repel genjutsu towards the caster. I also modified it so you can see chakra levels and hum true attention through their chakra. If it's black, they're a threat. If it's yellow, they're friendly, and blue, they're neutral. Naruto nodded and activated his new dojutsu. His eyes turned gold and had slits. He looked around the room, analyzing the competition. Across the room, and raven-haired, pink-eyed Kunoichi was looking at Naruto. It can't be. He looks like the yondaime description. Damn, this couldn't be worse timing. Trying to make an alliance with these tree huggers, to find out the yellow devil has a son. I might be wrong, but if I'm not, Ka-chan will be avenged, the Kunoichi thought, holding a hilt of a special katana. On the other side of the room, there was a Kumo team of 3 girls. 1 redhead and 2 blondes. One blonde had a twist in her hair, and the other had short hair that goes to her shoulder, but there was something special about these 2 girls. The first one was a Jinchuriki and the second had a sword with a silver hilt. Both the blondes were eyeing Naruto suspiciously. Yujito Samui? What are you two staring at? Karu asked. The competition, he has one of the 5 Shatterstar blades like me. Samui answered. Not only that, but there's something about him that feels similar. Yujito added. Karu looked at her teammates confusingly and turned to Naruto. He doesn't seem like much. I bet I'll kick his ass in an instant. Karu said. If you fight him, you won't win. He's strong, I can feel it. Do not underestimate him if you fight. Samui said in a stern tone. Naruto was analyzing the competition until he snapped out his thoughts. Looks like the gang's all here, Kiba said with Shino and Hinata walking behind him. The Inuzuka turned to Sasuke and smirked. We're so going to kick your ass, Sasuke. I've gotten a lot stronger since the last time. Sasuke smirked. We'll see, won't we? Kiba nodded and turned to Naruto. I'm surprised you're here, dead last, but I guess it was because Sasuke had to backpack your ass. Kiba taunted. Sakura was about to retort, but Naruto put a hand on her shoulder and shook his head. Never underestimate your opponent, Mutt. You might regret it. Naruto said. Kiba was about to retort when a purple blur jumped on Naruto's back. Hello, fellow blonde, I miss you, Ino said, rubbing her cheek against Naruto's. Pig, get off Naruto-kun. Sakura yelled at the blonde, grabbing Naruto's arm and hugging it. Kiba was shocked at the display. Shikamaru and Choji walked towards the group as well. When did the loser become a chick magnet? Kiba asked, then he received a smack on the head from Hinata. It's not nice to insult our friends, Kiba-san, Hinata said, walking to the group and greeting Naruto. You rookies shouldn't be too loud. A silver-haired guy with glasses walked up to the group. You see, some of them are from Kiri and they have a short temper. Everyone here is tense, Kabuto said, pointing at a group of nin, releasing some ki on the rookies, trying to intimidate them. Naruto stepped forward and smiled. Kuruma. Right. Naruto smiled and released some ki of his own, along with Kuruma's chakra, scaring most of the competition. Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't appreciate people glaring at my friends. Sasuke was seething in jealousy at the display. Kiba was shocked. Shino smiled under his jacket, while Sakura, Ino and Hinata was all as the former Uchiha fangirls had hearts in their eyes, while the Hyuga heiress was blushing up a storm. Kabuto narrowed his eyes at Naruto, but soon he turned it to a cheerful eye smile. Wow, pretty impressive. Anyway, I'm Kabuto and I'll help you guys out. Here, let me show you something, he said, pulling out some cards and placing them in front of them. Kabuto-san, how many times did you take these exams? Excuse me for being rude, but you seem a little older than us. Sakura asked. Oh, I took the exams 7 times. Kabuto answered. Wow, you must suck. Kiba commented. Naruto narrowed his eyes. That doesn't make any sense. He has as much chakra as Kakashi sensei, and he smells like Anko-chan but more potent with a hint of chemicals. Naruto thought. Or these exams are just hard. Kabuto responded by holding up a card. These are chakra-infused cards. It contains information about almost anyone in this room. If there's anyone you want to know about, it'll be a good time to ask. Sasuke stepped up. Anyone, huh? Sabaku no Gaara, Rock Lee and Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto frowned and smirked. I think it speaks very poorly of you, team, to ask about your own teammate. But considering you're a self-righteous prick, I guess it's hard to take your head out your ass. Sasuke gritted his teeth but ignored the comment. Ah, you know their names. Let's see, Rock Lee, he has completed 20 D rank and 11 C rank missions. His teammates are Tenten and Niji. And he's skilled in taijutsu, not much information on any other skills. Gaara, his teammates are his brother and sister 14 C ranks and 1 B rank missions. Since he's a foreigner, there's no info on his skills, but it said he completed every mission without a scratch. A B rank mission, without a scratch. That's something for a genin. Shikamaru commented. Now Naruto Uzumaki, now let's see what Kabuto said in surprise. 32 C rank, 5 B ranks, 5 A ranks. He also received no scratches on his B rank missions. But the weird thing is, it says here that his skills are mediocre. He should be just a high genin, Kabuto stated. Everyone turned to Naruto with a confused gaze. Naruto just smirked. I guess Jig forgot to update my skills, I should thank him later. Naruto thought. Sakura and Ino analyzed the blonde and smiled. I see, Naruto-kun is keeping his skills a secret. After all, there's no way a regular genin could fight a missing nin with a sword without any skills. Sakura thought. Forehead told me Naruto-kun beat a missing nin, so that means she was either over-exaggerated or Naruto-kun hiding his skills. Ino thought. Sasuke gritted his teeth and glared at the blonde. When did he do those missions? This guy is useless. The dope must be hiding his true power. In the back of the crowd with 3 sound nins, the female of the trio was looking at Naruto. Kabuto-san is a fool. The blonde is practically leaking power. And not just him. The blonde with the ponytail from Kumo and Gaara feels the same. They're the real threat. Minty from Taki has just as much power, but she doesn't feel as strong. Naruto, huh? Maybe he can help me get away from him. Jonin lounge. Wow, I didn't think you would allow your team to do B-rank missions, Kakashi. Asuma said, watching the genin from the monitor alongside his fellow Jonin. I didn't. I have no idea how he completed those missions. Kakashi stated. When did his blonde student complete those missions and why did the Hokage allow it? All he had Sasuke do the past few months was D ranks, and some light sparring and gave him a few fire jutsus. Do you mind if I join you? Everyone turned to see Yugao walk in the lounge. Yugao-chan, why are you here and not in Umbu headquarters? Kurenai asked. Well, until the exams are over, I'm a Jonin and I'm here to witness my apprentice in action. Yugao answered, standing next to Kurenai. Kakashi gave the Umbu a questionable glance. What? Who's your apprentice? Now why would I spoil it, Kakashi-senpai? I will tell you he's the real threat of the exams. I'm proud to be his teacher. Yugao answered. Kakashi shrugged and turned to the screen. Most likely won't be a match for Sasuke. Most likely it's Tenten, Academy Room. What? Listen to me, we shouldn't do this. Kin tried to warn her teammate. Dosu and Zaku wanted to attack Kabuto for calling them basically nobodies. But Kin was against it since a certain blonde was near the Konoha spy. That Naruto kid is aware. He's been shifting his stance and been listening to us. Shut up, you're just paranoid. Let's go. Dosu said as he and Zaku leapt towards Kabuto. Kin turned her attention to the blonde and saw him smirk as he put his hand on the hilt of his sword. Dosu swiped at Kabuto, breaking his classes with gauntlets. Put this in your cards, the sound will make chunin. Now how will that happen if you're going to be dead? Said Kabuto in Naruto's voice. Kabuto poofed and revealed to be Naruto, and Naruto poofed out of existence, revealing to be a Bushin. Dosu then felt a blade on his shoulder. He slowly turned his head and saw the real Naruto holding a sword to his throat. First the sand, now the sound? You guys trying to start a war or something? I don't sit well when my comrades are attacked. Zaku! Dosu called out to his teammate. Zaku charged at the blonde with a kunai, but was struck in the arm by Hinata Juken strike. Ino then tripped the sound nin and Sakura put him in a headlock. Dosu turned his head to the genin group and saw Kabuto jaw dropped. How did you know? Let's just say, thanks to a furry friend of mine, I have advanced hearing. Naruto answered by bringing the blade closer. He turned to the 3 girls and nodded towards them. Please let them go, I need them to pass the exam. Regardless of how stupid they are. Kin said, walking up to the group. Naruto removed his sword and nodded towards the girls that held Zaku, prompting them to release him. He turned to Dosa and smirked. You should think of your cute teammate. Beauty and brains come in a package, Naruto said. Kin blushed at the comment, and the three walked away glaring at the blonde. Alright, you maggots, settle down, Ibuki said, bursting through the door. Jonin Lounge. Kakashi, Asuma and Kurenai were awed when they watched their students in action. When did Naruto and Sakura improve this much? When did Ino actually start training? Asuma asked. When did Hinata get so aggressive? Kurenai pondered. In the village, a woman drinking sake, one outside the forest of death and on shopping with a pig sneezed. Asterisk testing room. Naruto sat down next to a girl from Taki and Temari, both of them eyeing him. He turned to the sheet of paper and narrowed his eyes. What the heck, are these the questions we are supposed to answer? No genin can answer unless you were tutored by an umbu. Alright, listen up. My name is Ibuki and I'm the first proctor. This is a written test and I'm going to explain the rules. Rule 1. Each of you will start off with 10 points. Every time you get a question wrong, you lose a point. Rule 2. This is still a team assignment, which means passing or failing will be determined by the sum of your total 3. If you're caught doing suspicious acts like cheating or whispering, you'll lose 2 points. You have 1 hour to finish. Begin. Naruto chuckled a bit. Ibuki practically told them the objective. He looked at the test, and he was able to answer a few thanks to Yugao, but some of them were hard. He turned to check on his teammates, and wasn't surprised to see Sakura able to answer the question. Sasuke was using his pink eye to cheat. Naruto and Sakura's eyes met, and the blonde started to mouth the questions and Sakura nodded. Naruto turned back around and closed his eyes, while focusing his hearing on Sakura pen sound using his wind affinity and Kuruma sensitive ears and began to write to the rhythm of her pen. After an hour and kicking a few teams out, Ibuki decided to call it. Alright maggots, time's up, Ibuki said. He then turned to Kankuro and smirked. If you're finished playing with your dolls, we can finish. Kankuro flinched a bit and proceeded. Before I give you the 10th question, you have to choose if you are going to take the question. And if you don't, you and your team will fail. Also, if you get this wrong, you'll never become a chunin. After a few people left, Naruto noticed Choji about to raise his hand and spoke up. Whatever, I'm not scared. If I remain a genin forever, I guess the old man will have to change the rank system for genin to the strongest because I'm going to be the best. Everyone turned to Naruto and smiled. He's pretty cool. He's awesome, I hope we can become friends. Even though he's that team's son, I gotta admit I'm impressed. Naruto-kun is amazing. Yeah. Go Naruto-kun. Blondie is definitely boyfriend material. Gotta admit, he's kinda hot. Yeah, Naruto-kun. He's kinda cool. I have to ask him for help soon, but gotta admit, he's not bad, was the thought of different kunoichis. Ibuki smirked. The brat eliminated all their fears. I see why Anko likes him. For all those who stayed, you pass. After the words left his mouth, a purple blur jumped through the window. Anko landed on the desk in front of the genin. Heads up everyone, the sexy and happily taken Anko Mitarashi is here, Anko said, holding a banner with those exact words. But Naruto, Sakura and Hinata noticed a drawing of Naruto and Anko surrounded by hearts. Anko, you're early, Ibuki chastised. Anko rubbed the back of her head and chuckled. She then turned to the genin and frowned. Damn 29 teams? You'll lose your touch. You can actually thank the blonde knucklehead. He encouraged the rest with a nice little speech and fuck it up. Ibuki responded, glaring at the Uzumaki. Anko turned to the blonde and smirked. She sat on Naruto's table and crossed her legs, revealing a little under her skirt. Hey Foxy-kun, causing trouble as always? Anko asked, bending down and placing her finger under his chin. She turned to Hinata who was next to the blonde. Hi Amuto-chan. Wani-chan. Hinata replied. Nah, I thought some of the genin here would love to visit your special playground, Naruto said with a devious smirk. Which was returned by Anko. Oh how sweet, you gave me fresh prey. Anko turned to Ibuki and smiled. Don't worry, by the end of the second stage, the number will be reduced by half. Everyone shivered at Gaara, Hinata, Sasuke, Samui and Naruto. Alright, follow me, Anko said, jumping through the window. Naruto walked in front of the window and turned to Ibuki. Do I follow her or break my own window? Your own window, Anko answered before Ibuki could. Naruto chuckled before leaping through another window. Ibuki watched as the rest of the genin slowly got up and left. As he started to collect the test, he looked at Naruto's and frowned. Dear Scarface. The genin, and I use that term very loosely, here who have information only the Hokage should have. His name is Kabuto, and he smells like snakes and chemicals. Plus chakra level is the same as Kakashi, yet he flunked the exam 7 times. Weird huh, anyway good luck and see ya. A spy huh, looks like I have a sneaky rat to catch. Better report this to the Hokage, Ibuki thought. Anko was standing in front of the gate of Training Ground 44, waiting for the genin. She squeaked when she felt a pair of arms wrapped around her. Hey Hibiheim, it seems like we got a few minutes before the others arrive. Really? I got some ideas to pass the time, Anko said, giving him a smirk. Naruto chuckled nervously. Whatever she had planned defiantly involved something sexual. When the rest of the genin arrived, they saw Anko sitting on a tree branch kicking her legs with a familiar-looking jacket on her shoulders happily. Sakura approaches the proctor while looking around. Anko-san. Where is Naruto-kun? Oh, while we were waiting for you guys, I decided to get rid of some pent-up energy. Foxy-kun is in the tent. Naruto, you can come out. I also have your jacket. No wonder I couldn't find it. Naruto walked out, and all the girls blushed. He was wearing a fishnet shirt, so everyone could see his abs and muscles. Sakura noticed something about Naruto. Naruto, what's that on your? Is that a hickey? Sakura asked, blushing. That's an Anko mark. It means when Naruto-kun's virginity is mine when he's ready. All you other girls wait your turn. Anko said. Everyone blushed, but some of the girls seethed in jealousy. Now enough with Naruto's hot bod. Now welcome to the forest of death. Your objective is to guard a scroll that'll have heaven and earth on it. Your objective is to take the scroll you don't have from a team that has the needed scroll and make it to the tower in the middle. But there's a lot of dangerous creatures lurking in this forest. Sounds fun. Naruto commented. Anko smirked and threw a kunai at Naruto. Naruto smirked and caught it between his teeth. Anko disappeared and appeared behind him. Yo, survive, you have to be fast like Foxy-kun here. Anko said, hugging Naruto from behind and slowly sliding her hands up his chest and reaching towards the kunai between teeth. She cut his cheek and licked some of the blood. Some of the genin shivered at the creepiness. Never get tired of the taste. Naruto chuckled, but his danger senses went off. He pulled Anko into his arms, causing her to blush, and pulled out his sword and pointed at a Kusa genin. Sorry, I was just returning your kunai. The sight of blood excites me. The Kusanin said. Anko separated herself from Naruto and smirked at the genin. Thank you, but be careful. If you do that again, you might die. The nin nodded and walked off. Naruto narrowed his eyes at the nin. Kid, the nin is not a genin. The smell of snakes is stronger on her more than your mate. Plus her chakra level is on par with the pervert. There's only one person we both know who fits that description. Kuruma said. Naruto's eyes widened. Why is he here? Naruto went to collect the scroll, but while he was in the tent he made 3 clones who sure shun away. Naruto approached his team. Sakura was giggling at Naruto. It seems you and Anko-san put on a show. Sakura teased, but when she saw Naruto's face she got worried. What's the matter? We have trouble. Remember the Kusanin I almost attacked? Sakura nodded. Sasuke didn't show it, but he was listening. She is just as strong as a Kaiga and her chakra is evil. Sasuke and Sakura's eyes widened at this. If you run into her or the Sand team, don't fight them. You will die. Kuruma, what are our chances if we use that? Better, I admit, but you still lack experience. While you could survive, it'll be hard to fight while protecting your teammates. But if you use that, you will be on par with the pervert in terms of strength. Still, you would only be able to hold that form for 10 minutes. I hate to admit this, but you should have learned Sage Mode from your grandfather. The fox said. Naruto nodded. All right, now that everyone has signed the waivers. Remember, make it to the tower in 5 days and show the world what you can do. Just one more piece of advice, just don't die. Especially you, Naruto-kun. What am I saying? Naruto-kun is stronger than me. He has this. I feel sorry for anyone who would pick on him. Naruto was leading his team through the forest and landed on the ground. Okay, time to plan out a strategy. I'll hold the scroll and seal it in my arm. Also, just in case someone tries to henge into us, I'll mark us with a seal. Stick out your arms. Sakura nodded and did as instructed, but Sasuke refused. We don't need the seal. I'll be able to see through a henge with my Sharingan. Naruto didn't feel like arguing and placed a seal on himself. Fine, before we continue, we should plan our next move. We shouldn't blindly search for a team to fight Sasuke, especially since we're going to be targeted. Sakura gave Naruto a confusing look. Why do you say that, Naruto-kun? Because we have the last Uchiha on our team and some people still think I'm a dead last idiot. A Cyclops, a perverted mutt, and Uchiha sneezed. Bless you, team. Anyway, all we have to do. Naruto paused and turned to Sakura and nodded. Sakura saw this and returned it. I have to go take a leak, excuse me. Naruto walked behind a tree while Sakura and Sasuke just sat near a tree. 10 minutes later Naruto walked from behind. Man, sorry I took so long, guys. TSK, can we get a move on? Sasuke said impatiently. Sakura narrowed her eyes while channeling chakra into the seal. She slowly approached Naruto, which confused him. Naruto-kun, where's your sword? Sakura asked, pretending to look worried. It seems I left it behind the tree, Sakura. Naruto said. Sakura narrowed her eyes and sent a kick between his legs, causing Naruto to scream and Sasuke to wince. Thanks for confirming you're an imposter. Naruto-kun calls me Sakura-chan, and Naruto wouldn't ever forget his sword. Sakura said, causing Naruto to dehenge to a aim nin who passed out from the kick. 2 more aim dropped from above with Naruto following behind. Great job, Sakura-chan, you know me well. Naruto said, giving the pinkette a foxy grin. Sakura blushed. And guess what, we have the scroll we need. We can head to the tower. What, but I need a challenge. I didn't get to do anything, Sasuke complained. He wanted to test his training, but he was outdone by his two loser teammates. Too bad, team. But this exam is not just meant for fighting. We have to show the world that we are Chunin. Get down, Naruto yelled before getting blown away by a gust of wind. Naruto Kyun, Sakura called, seeing the blonde be blown deeper into the forest. Kukuku, I've finally found you. Now shall we play a little? Said a Kusanin who appeared on a tree branch. Sakura eyed the Kusanin. This is the nin Naruto-kun said to avoid. She feels evil and killer intent is in humans. Sakura thought, shaking in fear. Sasuke was shaking more than Sakura. I didn't think the dobe was serious. We don't stand a chance. I feel like I'm suffocating just being near her. Damn, where did that wind come from? Naruto thought, rubbing his head. When Naruto stood up and looked ahead, there was a tree-sized snake looking down at him. Great, a snake, what a minute. There's only two people I know that use snakes, damn it, he's here, Naruto said, putting his hand on the hilt of his sword. The snake lunged forward towards the blonde, but Naruto disappeared, then reappeared behind the snake. The snake paused for a moment before splitting in half, killing it in the process. Now to find Sakura-chan. Well, if it isn't my lucky day. I get to kill the backstabbing bastard spawn. Naruto looked up and saw Kuratsuchi standing there with a familiar-looking blade. Sorry cutie, but your time is up. Don't you want to know what kind of scroll I have? Naruto asked. Kuratsuchi snorted. Like I care, I'm just here to end your life. But why? Is it because Iwa and Konoha hated relationship? Naruto said, standing up and putting a hand on the hilt of his sword. Kuratsuchi jumped down, sword in hand, across Naruto. Not at all, in fact. Ji-san was going to try and form an alliance with your Hokage. This is personnel. Naruto looked confused more than ever. Personnel? I've never seen you in my life. True, but your father, the Yondaime, killed my mother. Naruto's eyes widened. Kuratsuchi charged forward and did a downward slash towards the blonde. Naruto unsheathed his sword and blocked it. But it was a war. People were just doing their duty, Naruto said, pushing Kuratsuchi back and leaping in the air. He sheathed his sword and went through a few hand signs. Suetun, Suihachi. Naruto put his palm forward and shot a stream of water towards the Iwa nin. Kuratsuchi quickly sheathed and went through her own hand signs. Doton Doryuden. A dragon head formed on the ground and shot mud bullets towards Naruto, overpowering his jutsu. Naruto unsheathed his sword and channeled wind chakra in his blade. Shitsuyona Kaze no Ha, Naruto called, before slicing through the bullets and heading towards Kuratsuchi. Kuratsuchi brought out her sword to block Naruto's. Your father didn't kill her in the war. My grandfather and the Sandaime set up an agreement to unite the two villages, and the Yondaime along with two other nins met my mother's squad to retrieve the scroll. But after that mission, my mother never returned. We found her teammate's body between the meeting place and Iwa, but my mother's body was gone. On their bodies, we did find a certain headband. Naruto's eyes widened then narrowed. So no one's seen the deed. You are just trying to kill me off a pointless grudge. Kuratsuchi seethed. Like you understand, maybe if Iwa took something from you. Naruto's eyes hardened. Actually, they did, Naruto said, swinging his sword, pushing the kunoichi back. Iwa, alongside Kumo and Aim, destroyed my clan out of fear. 3 villages killed my ancestor because they were scared of what could become a threat. But do you see me hunting you or your team down? No, but you have the gall to blame me for the actions of another. Kuratsuchi flinched a bit. She could have retorted and said she wasn't born yet, but technically, Naruto wasn't either. That was war, this was betrayal. Kuratsuchi shouted back. We could have been allies, but you demon filth of a father betrayed us. Kuratsuchi continued as she went through a few hand signs. And now you die, Yotan, Sekijio no Jutsu. Sasuke jumped out of the way as a snake charged at him. He turned to Sakura and saw her retreat behind a tree. Kakuku, what's the matter, Sasuke? I thought you would be better than this. I have to say I'm disappointed. Sasuke landed on a branch above the Sannin. What of it? Why are you even after me? I wanted to see the power of the Uchiha clan in action. But I guess I overestimated you. Seems you will never be a match for Itachi, Orochimaru said. Sasuke fear left, and was replaced with unrivaled rage. Just one more push. Maybe I should offer your friend Naruto the power I have to kill Itachi. Sasuke activated his Sharingan and charged the snake's Sannin. No, Sasuke, it's a trap. Naruto was running through the trees, dodging the Yotan attacks. He grabbed a branch above him and spun. Using the momentum, he zoomed towards the Iwa kunoichi. Kuratsuchi brought her arms up to block the incoming punch Naruto threw at her. She grabbed Naruto's wrist and pulled him towards her. She then went for a knee attack, but Naruto used his other hand and grabbed her knee and used it as a floor, leaping away from his opponent. Naruto made 2 clones and hinged them into a windmill shuriken. He threw them towards the Iwa kunoichi. You have to do better than that, Kuratsuchi taunted, preparing to dodge. Fine, Shuriken Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. The windmill shurikens multiplied to 50. Kuratsuchi had to admit she was impressed. She dodged the first one, but to her surprise, when one of the shurikens hit the ground, it exploded. He mixed hinged with exploding clones and multiplied them. Kuratsuchi thought in amazement. If she was honest, he would be the perfect guy for her. He was strong, tactful, hot as hell and brave. But too bad he was the son of the yondaime. She shuriken was raining down on them, causing a huge amount of explosion, but unknown to Kuratsuchi, Naruto was holding back. Naruto landed across the field from the IWA kunoichi. Kuratsuchi covered her fist with rocks and charged the blonde. Naruto surrounded his fist with a swirl of concentrated wind and charged the kunoichi, meeting her halfway. Both their fists collided, creating a small explosion, sending them both flying back. Naruto got up first and saw Kuratsuchi struggling to get up. It doesn't make sense. From what I learned about yondaime, he wasn't the type to betray. Plus, who would willingly leave behind their headband? Danzo both turned to Orochimaru when he spoke. I remember that day, my sensei and Inoki decided to form an alliance and settled on an agreement. And a very interesting one too. But Danzo couldn't allow it. If the agreement was settled, Danzo would have had a harder time becoming Hokage, so he sent his root agents to deal with the IWA Nin. Who are you? And why do you smell like a snake? You were the one who sent that snake at me, weren't you? Naruto asked. Very perceptive of you, Naruto-kun. As for my name, I'm Orochimaru. Naruto's eyes widened and his teeth gritted. You were the one who caused Anko-chan all her pain, Naruto said, his eyes turning slit gold. Orochimaru smirked. Oh, how he would like to test the Jinchuriki, but he had other plans. Hold up, I want you to continue talking about my mother, Kuratsuchi demanded. Orochimaru eyed the girl, analyzing her, and smirked. Ah, that's Sasuke's granddaughter. Interesting. Orochimaru pulled out a scroll and tossed it towards the IWA kunoichi. Kuratsuchi caught it and opened it. She started to tear up and blush a bit. She then glared at the snake Sannin. Why are you giving this to me? Because, my dear, I want you to have at least a little comfort when I kill you, Orochimaru said, releasing some ki. Kuratsuchi froze up in fear. The Sannin felt as strong as her grandfather. Just imagine, the son of the yondaime, killing the granddaughter of the Tsuchikage. You foolish grandfather will certainly help me kill the old man. But rejoice, at least you'll be useful to my cause and I'll give you another gift, Orochimaru said before reaching for his face and ripping it off. Kuratsuchi's eyes widened. Keika-chan? Orochimaru was wearing the face of an older Kuratsuchi with longer hair. No dear, it's me, Orochimaru. This one was quite the fighter. She begged me to spare your village, and in return she would give me her body. It's too bad, I was hoping she would have one of your village's Kekkei Genkai, but it was all for naught, kukuku. But I must say her physical strength is remarkable. Kuratsuchi fell to her knees and started to cry. Naruto looked at the girl in sympathy and gritted his teeth. You scumbag, how dare you toy with other people's feelings? People are not your plaything. Naruto's eyes turned gold for a brief moment. Wait. Naruto halted for a moment when a blur launched towards the snake Sannin. Orochimaru was surprised when he felt a skull-breaking punch on his cheek and he was sent flying feet away from the group. Tsunade landed in front of the two genin, cracking her knuckles. Thanks for sending a clone, Naruto-chan. Now it is time to deal with my old teammate for messing with my grandson. Is she going to be okay? Kuratsuchi asked Naruto as they left the battlefield of the two legendary Sannin. Yeah, Bachan is strong. She will not die so easily. Ever since I met her, she has been training non-stop, Naruto answered with confidence. What do you mean since you met her? Didn't you grow up with her? Kuratsuchi asked, jumping on trees next to Naruto. No, apparently the council told her I was dead so they could tell me into a weapon. She left the village a long time ago after her fiancé and brother died in a war. She was on her way back to the village when I was born, but she was lied to, Naruto said. I see, it's because you're a Jinchuriki, Kuratsuchi said. Naruto's eyes widened and looked at her. She gave Naruto a confusing look and giggled. I see, no one's supposed to know. Don't worry, the only reason I know is because my teammate is one, and he was treated differently. I know the difference, Kuratsuchi reassured. Thank you? You know, without the whole trying to kill me thing, you are pretty awesome, Naruto complimented. Kuratsuchi blushed. Thanks, you're not bad. I'm glad I don't have to kill someone as handsome as you. My conscience wouldn't be able to take it, Kuratsuchi said, moving a bang of hair behind her ear. Same, I wouldn't want to kill someone as pretty as you, Naruto said, returned the compliment. They both landed on a tree after a few more minutes of jumping and stood in front of each other. Listen, sorry about how I acted. I let my anger take over. I rarely knew my mom, and when she died, I felt like I lost everything. And she paused when she felt Naruto embrace her in a hug. It's okay, I understand. If I lost someone I cared about, I would probably do the same. Kuratsuchi didn't say anything and just nodded in Naruto's chest. Naruto pulled back and gave her his foxy grin. But we're cool now, so everything is cool now. Maybe we could hang out after this. I know a good ramen stand that tastes like the food of the gods. Kuratsuchi gave him a smile in return. Sure, and once again, She approached the blonde and kissed the corner of his lip, making him blush. Thanks, you're pretty cool yourself. I have to get to my team. So see you at the tower. Kuratsuchi said before jumping away. By Naruto said in the days. Snap out of it. I'm happy you got another hottie, but you gotta get back to your team. Kuruma said. Naruto snapped out of it and leapt away. Sakura was under a tree, taking care of Sasuke. She just encountered the snake Sannin after being separated from Naruto. Sasuke was guided into fighting him by some taunts, and now he was unconscious from the snake Sannin biting him on the neck, giving him a mark. Naruto-kun, where are you? Soon she heard rustling in the trees. She acted like she didn't hear it. I guess it's time to put the training to the test, she thought, going through some hand signs. So this is where she was. What happened to Sasuke Uchiha? Dosa asked, watching Sakura taking care of the raven head. Who cares, our mission is to eliminate him. If the girl wants to get in the way, it's her funeral. Zaka said. Still, we should proceed with caution, remembering what happened before the exam. She's pretty strong, Ken said. She noticed the genjutsu Sakura placed. Shut up. I don't need you to remind me. I'll make that bitch pay. She and her two friends gang up on me. I can take her alone. Zaka said, remembering the headlock he was in. Are you sure about that? The Tamail Oto Nin snapped their heads towards Sakura, who appeared above them. Sakura threw a punch towards Zaku, who blocked it with his arms, but his bones cracked and he was sent flying through a couple trees. Doso swiped at her with his gauntlet, causing a sound to erupt from the gauntlet. Doso was surprised when Sakura Kawarimi with a log, destroying it in the process. Sakura appeared behind him and roundhouse kicked him towards the ground. Sakura breathed a bit and turned to Kin with a confused look. Kin noticed the look Sakura gave. What? Aren't you going to attack me? Sakura asked. No, I never wanted to do this. I was hoping your handsome teammate was here so I could ask him to watch out. Kin warned before Dosu appeared behind them and punched Sakura in the stomach, following up with a kick sending Sakura back towards the ground. Dosu then grabbed Kin by the throat. What are you doing, traitor? Helping her? They are our targets. Dosu said. Fu CKU. I never liked you or that so-called village, you always treated me like shit. Why should I give a damn about you? Kin retorted. Fine. Dosu threw Kin next to Sakura. We'll find a replacement. Zaka, right. Prepare to die, bitches. Zaka said, jumping in the opening, arms extended. Zankaha. Zaku a blast of sound waves towards the Kunoichis. Suresa Abu. Sakura was about to go through some hand seals when a red blur ran past her and sliced the attack, splitting it in multiple directions. Sakura and Kin covered their eyes for a moment to avoid the dust. When they opened it, there were two Kunoichis in front of them. One had short red hair, with a mesh shirt and stockings, a purple skirt, a light brown short-sleeved jacket with an orange stripe going across the chest and black sandals. She had a Nadashiko headband. The other had black hair and a ponytail with green eyes and with a gray Kunoichi uniform and gray gloves with a skirt to match. Are you two alright? Yeah? Thanks for the help. Sakura responded, snapping out of her daze. Shizuka watched the two. I can handle this. The redhead said, stepping forward. Are you sure, Karen-san? Shizuka asked. Karen turned to her teammate and smiled. I am, and besides. With these two, I won't have to take off my glasses. Shizuka nodded and stepped back. Karen turned to the male Otonins, radiating a battle aura. Dosa started to sweat a bit. This girl, her chakra level is high like the blonde from earlier. The way she cut Zaku's attack like nothing, she's not to be underestimated. Why are you here? This has nothing to do with you. Dosa asked. Damn, why is it hard to kill the Uchiha? What's your connection? Saki yelled in anger. With the Uchiha? Nothing, I don't want you to ruin the chances of Naruto advancing forward until I test him. Karen answered, confusing the Otonins. Not to be rude, but why should you care about Naruto-kun? Sakura asked. Karen turned to the pinkette and smirked. Maybe I should have introduced myself with my full name. My name is Karen Uzumaki. Sakura's jaw dropped. You mean that you and Naruto are from the same clan, and imagine my surprise when I heard the guy with the glasses said he was an Uzumaki. From his chakra level, I knew he was right. Karen answered. Well, too bad you aren't going to meet him because you're dead. Zaki yelled, lifting his arm, preparing another sound attack, but to his surprise, his left arm fell to the ground, severe from his shoulder. Karen was behind him, sheathing her sword back into the hilt. Argh! Zaku screamed in agony, grasping his shoulder. Too slow. Karen commented. Dosa charged forward, swinging his gauntlet. Karen blocked it with the sheath of her sword. Dosa smirked under the mask but was shocked to see Karen fine. How are you? Not affected by the sound waves? Karen finished the question. She looked at the sheath. Dosa followed her gaze towards the sheath and it was glowing yellow. You see, I saw your attack before. So to avoid it, I channeled wind chakra into the sheath, disrupting the sound. And now. Karen's palm glowed yellow and she attacked Dosa's chest, sending him backwards. Dosa collected himself in the air and flipped, sliding on the ground. Dosa looked up and smirked. Take this bitch. Zaku appeared behind her and pointed his hand towards Karen, prepared to blast her. Eh? Zaku muttered before his head landed on the ground. Everyone was confused, until Naruto landed behind Karen back to back. Naruto-kun! Sakura cheered. Naruto turned to her. He gave her a wink and noticed Sasuke was on the ground. He was glad he was alright. Dosa turned to Naruto and was sweating bullets. Kin! Come help me, Dosa ordered desperately, causing the Oto female to scowl. Fuck you, you always abused me but now you want my help. I'm not going back to you or our leader. Kin responded. You were abused? Both Uzumakis asked. Kin nodded, then panicked when the chakra of both Uzumakis flared. Naruto memories of a child ran through his mind, as Karen and her mother lived in Kusa before they escaped. They both charged Dosu in the blink of an eye and did a cross slash, killing him. Dosu fell lifeless on the ground. They both looked at the Oto Nin with disgust and swiped the blood off their swords. I hate people who hurt their comrades, and I hate people who abuse others. Karen added. Karen turned to Naruto after sheathing their swords and jumped on him, embracing him in a hug. It's good to meet you at last. What? Naruto asked before being glommed between Karen's. Not that I don't like it, but why are you doing this? Right? Karen pulled away. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Karen Uzumaki. And we're from the same clan. Naruto's eyes widened. I can't believe me and Bachan is not the only one. Wait, there's more? Yeah, you know Tsunade Senju grandmother is part Uzumaki. In fact, she should be done kicking Snake Team ass right about now. Naruto said. What do you mean, Naruto-kun? Sakura asked. Well, after we were separated, I was attacked by this IWA Nin who had it in for my father. She figured out that I was his son just by my looks. When we fought, the Snake Team arrived and was going to kill her and frame me to provoke a war, but Bachan arrived after I sent a clone to get her. Sounds like an experience. For one, I hope she kills him. Ken said. Same, by the way. Who are you? I never got your name. I'm Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto asked. I'm Kintsuchi and Kakuku. It's like old times, Tsunadeheim. Orochimaru said, staring at her old teammate. Well, if you want it to feel like old times, I can call the pervert. Tsunade responded. Jiraiya, he was always a fool. Thinking he can surpass us and trying to always bring me back to this pathetic village. Orochimaru said. It's weird to see you call someone a fool, considering you left because you didn't become Hokage. Tsunade retorted. We both know I would have led this village to greatness. How? By turning everyone to your personnel guinea pigs? Making the village into your own laboratory? I think we've talked too much. Orochimaru said. He approached Tsunade at a slow pace. Tsunade narrowed her eyes. What could he be planning? Tsunade decided to meet Orochimaru halfway and charged him. Orochimaru had a sadistic smirk. Always the straightforward approach, kinda predictable. Orochimaru said as Tsunade was on top of him. He bit his hand and threw some blood on Tsunade, causing her to freeze. Tsunade fell to her knees and started to quiver in fear. Orochimaru stopped right in front of Tsunade. You truly are pathetic, for a medic to be scared of a little blood. We are shinobi, we bathe in it. To think I almost considered you a threat. Tsunade stopped quivering and spoke. You're right, it is pathetic. Orochimaru was shocked at how calmly she spoke, but was even more surprised when she got up and punched him in the face, sending him flying feet away through trees. Orochimaru lifted his head from the branch and stared at the slug Sannin in pain. But how? You really thought I wouldn't have gotten over my fear? I thought you were better than that. Tsunade taunted. Orochimaru climbed up the trunk and snapped his neck in place. I should have known breaking your neck wouldn't be enough. Yes, Orochimaru began, popping his neck back in place. And I should have known you would be rid of your fear of blood. I guess shinobi of our caliber make the simplest mistakes. Orochimaru finished before charging Tsunade at unimaginable speed. Tsunade got on the defense as the snake freak circled her like a prey. You know, Tsunade, I can't let you live. After all, you'll get in the way of my plans. I would ask what your plans are, but since you're going to die, it doesn't really matter. Tsunade responded before blocking a punch from her former teammate. She then went for a kick, but Orochimaru back flipped away. Tsunade ran after him before jumping in the air and diving at him with a kick. Orochimaru's bottom half became snake-like and avoided the kick. You really are a snake, I can't wait to skin you alive. We both know I was the strongest of the Sannin. Orochimaru said before turning his leg to normal. He charged Tsunade, engaging her in a taijutsu match. He was avoiding her attacks while Tsunade was blocking him since it felt like nothing to her. Orochimaru's right arm turned to a snake and wrapped around Tsunade before biting her. Tsunade poof away, surprising Orochimaru until he turned around and saw Tsunade in the air with two slugs on her shoulder. The both spat different color acid towards the snake Sannin, covering him. What is this? I can't move. One of them is sticky acid. It prevents you from moving a muscle and is as strong as me. And the other Tsunade started going through hand signs that finished in a tiger seal. Is exploding acid. Katon, Gokake no Jutsu. Tsunade shot a fireball towards the snake Sannin, creating a huge explosion. She landed on a branch, narrowing her eyes at the fire she created. I know you're alive, come out. I'm not here for games. Kakuku, you are as smart as always, but I'm curious. When did you start learning ninjutsu? Orochimaru asked. You see, when I was training with sensei a few months ago, I realized I lacked range attacks and relied too much on my strength. So I mixed some things up with and learned some ninjutsu when I resumed training with the slugs. But that's not the only thing I learned. Tsunade leapt into the air and covered her foot in lightning, shocking, no pun intended. Orochimaru. Tsunade Raiden. Tsunade slammed her lightning foot on Orochimaru, causing a huge quake. Tsunade leapt back and clicked her teeth. The team is still alive, where are you? Tsunade asked after the Orochimaru she clicked turned to mud. Kakuku, you improved. While I would normally like to stay and play some more, we attracted some unwanted guests. So I'll take my leave. Goodbye Tsunadeheim, see you soon. Oh, and don't stop the Chunin exams or I'll burn the leaf to the ground. Orochimaru said before his voice disappeared. Tsunade was trying to sense him but soon gave up after she realized he was gone. Damn freak Anko, you can come out now. Anko flinched and came out of hiding. Hey Tsunade-sama, cut the sama shit. Why are you here? Tsunade asked, folding her arms. Well, I saw the corpse of Orochimaru and came to track him down. I see, so how were you going to beat him if you found him? You know you're no match for him. Tsunade asked. I had a jutsu that would have taken him out, but Anko stated. Let me guess. It'll cost you your life? Tsunade asked. Anko nodded slowly while looking at the ground. Tsunade pinches her temples. You know, if you would have done that, I would have lost my head matriarch. I know, I was just so angry at what he did to me. Anko responded. I understand, but you have to realize that there are people who care about you. How do you think Naruto would have felt if he found out you died? Anko's eyes widened. She didn't think of that. Tsunade noticed and shook her head. I'm going to tell him, but your punishment begins now. For 1 whole month. No more Anko/Naruto playtime. Anko grabbed Tsunade's legs and begged. No. Anything but that. Don't take Anko's playtime with Naruto. Nope, you can still hug him and kiss him. But that's it. Anko started to cry as they headed out the forest. Team 7 along with Karen team was jumping through the trees towards the tower. It turned out that the Otonin had the scroll they needed, and since Naruto still had theirs, they head towards the tower. Kin was with them. So Kin? Said the girl, turned to Naruto. How was your life in Oto? Shit. Kin said with disgust. They don't value weaklings or kunoichis. I only joined because the snake promised us we could live in a sanctuary. I just wanted to be a kunoichi with friends, but we were only slaves. When I learned we would be coming here, I planned on leaving. But when I saw how strong you were, I knew at that moment I should ask you for help. Me? Naruto asked. Yes, you defended that little boy from Kabuto and how you passed the second exam. You are a badass. Kin said. I'll say, Naruto-kun actually defended me from Sasuke. Sakura said as she began to tell Kin and Karen about their mission at the bandit camp. Naruto-san. Naruto turned to Shizuka, who was looking nervous. I have something to discuss with you. I'm not sure how you will accept this, but I hope you understand. What? Naruto asked. I'll discuss this with you at the tower. But I hope not to be a burden. Shizuka finished as they headed to the tower. The group made it to the tower. Sasuke was still being carried by Naruto's clone. Once they made it in, they were in an empty room and on the wall was a riddle. If heaven does not exist, enrich your knowledge and prepare for the chance. If earth does not exist, run the field and search for the advantage. Open the series of heaven and earth, and the perilous way shall be redressed. This is namely the secret of the one that guides. Sakura read out loud. What do you suppose this means? Shizuka asked. Well, heaven and earth refers to the scrolls. It also says open the series, so I'm guessing it's okay to open them in this tower, and it will guide us to something. Naruto answered. Karen and Naruto opened up their scrolls for their respective team. Irika appeared from Team 7 and was a red-headed woman. Irika-sensei, we were attacked by Orochimaru and he did something to Sasuke. Sakura said before Irika could get a word in. He took Sasuke and carried him to a bedroom in the tower. He stopped and turned to his former students and smiled. I can come along with you. There's something I have to tell the Hokage. Kin added in. Irika nodded and turned back to his students. I'm proud of you too, you've grown. Sakura, you used to be so fragile, but now I can see how strong you have grown. Naruto, you grew as well, I can tell just by looking at you. You're definitely stronger. You still have 3 more days until the next phase, so rest up and good luck. Irika said before disappearing. Excuse me? Naruto turned to Karen-sensei, who seemed to be acting nervous. Are you really in Uzumaki? I was informed by my daughter. Naruto's eyes widened. Yes, my name is Naruto Uzumaki. Nice to meet another. I'm Anoka Uzumaki. Would you be so kind as to tell me your mother's name? Anoka said. Kushina Uzumaki. Naruto answered. The son of the princess of Yuzu and the Red Death. I'm honored. I'm just glad to meet more kin. Naruto responded. Well, we can talk later. Karen and Shizuku, let's leave these two. Anoka said. Wait, Shizuka. Didn't you need to speak to me? Naruto said. Shizuka blushed, remembering what she wanted to talk about. We'll have time later, okay? Shizuka said before walking away with her team. I guess we could go check out our rooms. We have a couple days to relax, Sakura-chan. Naruto said. Sure, I need a shower from that damn forest. Hey, how about you help me bathe? Extra team exercise. Sakura teased. Nah, maybe next time. I'm going to check out the tower and see who else is here. Naruto replied with a blush. I was joking, Naruto-kun. We didn't even have a proper date yet. Sakura said, giggling. You're right. I'll set something up this weekend. Sakura squealed and lunged at Naruto, kissing him on the cheek. You're the best. I'll catch you later. Sakura said, leaving a blushing Naruto in place. Naruto shook it off and chuckled. Naruto started to walk around the tower to see if there were any other competitors. He was pretty sure the Sand team was here, but that was because he knew how strong they were. Hey, there you are. Naruto turned around and saw blonde Kumo Nin smirking at him. I was really excited to meet you. Naruto cocked an eyebrow in confusion. Really? Well, I'm Naruto. Yujito, pleasure to meet you, Naruto-kun. Yujito responded. Kit, I wasn't able to feel it before, but she's a Jinchuriki/kitten. That hunk of a man is a Jinchuriki just like you. The Bija told their partners. You're a Jinchuriki? Both blondes said at the same time, amazed. Wow, you're the second one I met. Naruto said. Really? Who's the other one? Yujito asked. Yeah, I want to know as well. Both blondes turned to see a mint-hair girl flying. Nice to meet you, Naruto-kun, Yujito-san. My name is Fu and I'm a Jinchuriki as well. I never got to meet others like me. I know, we should all be friends. Yujito and Naruto were surprised yet again. 4 Jinchurikis. Wow, I'm not sure how to feel about this. Naruto thought and remembered what Fu just suggested. Sure, Fu-chan, I wouldn't mind being friends. What about you, Yudi-chan? Yujito blushed and smirked. She places her hand on Naruto's cheek, causing him to blush. Sure, Naruto-kun, if it means I get to know you better. Great. We're all friends now. We should go find the other one you mentioned, Naruto-kun. What's his name again? Gaara. Everyone turns to see the Sand Nin approaching them, yawning. I never thought sleep felt so good. Yo, Gaara. Did you hear everything we were talking about? Naruto asked. I did, and it feels weird to find others like me, but I don't sense any hatred coming from any of you. Gaara said. All the others nodded, then Naruto's stomach growled. I guess I'm hungry. How about I show you the best place to eat? Yujito smirked and wrapped her arm around Naruto's. Sure, I'll even allow you to escort me there. Yujito said with a teasing smile. After all, I am a lady. Hearing this, Fu took his other arm and smirked. Right, gentlemen are supposed to escort a lady. Naruto chuckled and began to leave. Are you Naruto? The group turned to an Iwa Nin wearing armor with his right hand tucked into his shirt. The man narrowed his eyes at the group before it softened. I'm Hans. I wanted to thank you for saving my teammate, Kuroitsuchi, but I never expected you to be a Jinchuriki and with others. Naruto was about to ask how he knew until he felt the chakra of the man. Naruto started to laugh. Wow, another one. Well, you're welcome. I would have done it for anyone. Han nodded. Anyway, I heard you were about to eat, and I'm quite famished myself. Sure, you can come. Naruto cut him off. Hans nodded and the group left towards what Naruto would call the food meant for the gods. Ah, this is relaxing. Who knew the tower had a hot spring? Sakura said, relaxing in the water. I'll say, it's quite nice. Sakura opened her eyes and saw Temari with a towel over her body. Mind if I join you? Sure. Temari-san. Was it? That's right, and you're Sakura. The one with the cute blonde for a teammate. Temari said with a sexy smirk, thinking about the blonde. Yeah, Naruto is amazing. Sakura replied. I'm also interested in learning about him. Would that be cool? Samui said, walking in with Kuratsuchi. Temari and Sakura eyed the girl's chest before having similar thoughts. Big. Temari was proud of her body, but Sakura's soul left her body. He's strong, I'll tell you that. I fought him in the forest and gotta say I was impressed. Kuratsuchi sat down in the water. Hey Pinky, is he single? Samui and Temari looked towards Sakura, waiting for an answer. Depends on how you look at it, Sakura said, confusing the other three. Naruto is in the CRA for being part of 2 clans, but the proctor from the second exam determines who gets a chance. Naruto-kun decision. I see. I guess I'll talk to her later. Hopefully she'll be cool with it. Samui said, sitting right next to Sakura. Now tell me about him. Samui insisted. Well, for one, he values everyone he cares about. He even saved my life one time when we went on a mission. Sakura began to explain. Welcome to Ichiraku's ramen, where the food meant for the gods is created. Naruto said. The Jinchurikis smelled the aroma and started to drool. They each took a seat waiting for Tucci. Hey old man, you got some hungry customers. Naruto, wow. You brought me new customers. Now what can I get you? Hey Miss 2. Mind if I join you? Everyone turns to CB smiling. This food smells so fine, must be mine. Fine, but stop the wrapping. Yujito responded. B nodded and sat between Naruto and Fu. Now, what can I get you? 1 bowl of miso ramen, 2 bowls of shrimp ramen, 5 bowls of vegetable ramen, 7 bowls of chicken ramen, 8 bowls of pork ramen, 9 bowls of the Naruto special. All the Jinchuriki answered. Tucci was doing an impression of a fish before his eyes had dollar signs in them. Wow, Naruto-kun really took a slash for you, even though, excuse my language, a bitch to him. Kuratsuchi said. Sakura looked down in shame. It wasn't my proudest moment. Sasuke is talented, but he has a black hole for a heart. I'll say he's cute, but Naruto has the confidence in him that you would want in a man. Temari said, and to use his strength for others is honorable and cool. You said his sword was a blur when he killed those Sannin. I need to know more, but I also want to fight him for myself. Sammy said, rubbing her shoulders. Same here. Hi everyone, mind if we join you? Karen and Shizuka walked in. Karen sat next to Sammy and Shizuka sat on the other side. Naruto-kun was impressive when we fought those Sannin. I can also tell he was holding back. He's definitely one of the few we should be wary about in this exam. Shizuka said. Karen, if you were to rank us against him, how would our chances be since you're a censor and you saw him fight? Karen closed her eyes. Well, you and Samui-san might have 40 to 45% chance, but I haven't seen Samui fight. I'm just going by knowledge by Cloud9 fighting style. Temari-san uses a fan, and from what I've seen Naruto do, I'll say Temari-san has 20% unless she has something hidden. Kuratsuchi-san, don't say it. Everyone turned to the IWA Nin. I fought him. He's a clever one. The whole time he was fighting me, he defended himself, but I could tell he had potential to kill me. When he got mad at the snake that showed up, I felt his ki rising and his chakra was amazing. I'll say my chance is the same as Samui. Karen nodded before continuing. I'll say my chance is 50%. And before you say anything, I'm not being arrogant. We're from the same clan. Our chakra level matches and style might not be so different. I know myself well. I'm not saying no one is weak, but I'm not certain who would win. Everyone stands a chance, it just depends on how the cards are played. 3 days later, all the genin that managed to get both scrolls was lined up with the Jonin sensei, the examiners, and the Hokage. Naruto and Karen were eyeing Sasuke. His chakra felt darker than normal. Most of the females were eyeing Naruto with lust, while some of the men wanted to fight him. Few believed he was a dead last, while others wanted a challenge. What was weird was that there was a few extra people here like Tsunade and Shizen. Welcome and congratulations on passing the second stage. Now turn your attention to the Hokage. Anko said, stepping back. Allow me to explain the exam's true purpose. This exam is to show the village's true potential to the world. If the village shows strength, we receive more missions. We also use these exams to create new relationships with potential allies and form alliances, as well as showing our strength to our enemies, keeping them from attacking. Sandame-sama, I'll explain the next part of the exam. Hate said, stepping forward. The next stage will be 1 versus 1. Originally, we were going to give you a month, but we didn't suspect many of you to pass, so we will eliminate some of you with a preliminary round. Daimyo and other important people will arrive, so only the strong will be allowed to move on. Hate said before coughing a bit. Now before we start, could those who feel well or anyone not up to it, feel free to drop out. We will begin the match immediately after. I give up. Kabuto said, raising his hand. Naruto, Karen and Yujito narrowed their eyes at him suspiciously. They figured he was up to something since his chakra level was still high, and he didn't have a scratch on him. Alongside Kabuto, Fu's 2 teammates gave up as well and left. Alright, now pay attention to the board. Everyone who doesn't see their name, please move to the balcony. Hate instructed. Everyone waited to see who would be the first to fight. When the names appeared, Naruto smirked and turned to his fellow Uzumaki, who was smiling. Well, good luck Karen-chan, show everyone what an Uzumaki is made of. Naruto said, you can count on it. Karen said before turning to her opponent, as everyone else proceeded to the balcony, leaving her and a Jinchuriki on the board. Karen Uzumaki versus Hans of IWA. Everyone headed to the balcony except Karen and Han. Naruto leaned on the rail and Yugao stood behind him, arms folded. Kakashi stood next to her with Sasuke in front of him. Sakura stood between her 2 male teammates but closer to the blonde. Kakashi turned to Yugao with a confused gaze. Aren't you going to stand next to Tenten? Yugao didn't look at him because she was focused on Karen's sword. Why would I do that? Well, she's your student, isn't she? Tenten overheard the conversation and looked at the Cyclops Jonin. What? I don't know her. Kakashi's eyes widened and turned to Yugao, narrowing his eyes. Where is your student? Did they make it? He turned to Karen and came up with a conclusion. I see, it's her. Not sure how you train someone from another village, but I look forward to seeing her fare against Sasuke. Are we late? Everyone turned to Tsunade and Shizen walking in, Tsunade standing between Kakashi and Yugao behind Sakura. Shizen gave Naruto a wink and stood behind Ino, who was standing on Naruto's right side. Tsunade-sama? When did you get here? A few months ago. I see, so why are you here? I doubt you're interested in seeing Genin fight. I wanted to see my student perform. Tsunade answered. And before you answer, I'm not telling you. Tsunade turned to see Anko walking behind Hinata but eyeing her nervously. By the way, Naruto-chan, I have something to tell you later about what Anko did. Huh, alright. Naruto said, turning to the snake mistress, who looked nervous. Karen and Han stood across from each other, while hate was between them. Now the first match of the Chunin exam will begin. The match is over when one of you forfeit or I say it's over, you may begin. Karen smirked. I can tell you're strong. From what I can see, you have that furnace on your back that connects to your armor. Does it heat it to a certain degree, make you hot to touch? Good analysis, but I doubt just looking at me gave you that assumption. Han responded, you would be correct. I can sense chakra and the type of chakra of an individual. You feel hot and wet. Boil release and also I see. I'm fighting two opponents. Karen said, narrowing her eyes. Han smirked under his mask. I see you know my secret. But you don't seem worried. True, but against an opponent like you. Karen took off her glasses and grabbed the hilt of the sword. I might have to try a little harder. Sasuke scoffed and narrowed his eyes. That's stupid. Why did she take off her glasses? She put herself at a disadvantage and now she can't see. Sasuke said, thinking he knew everything. Samui, Shizuka, Kuratsuchi and Kin looked at him disappointedly like they knew something. Is that what you think? Sasuke turned to Yugao. Because you would be wrong. And who are you? Yugao narrowed her eyes at the Uchiha and turned to Kakashi. Senpai, you need to teach your students some respect. Kakashi shrugged his shoulders. What did you mean by that, Yugao-sensei? Sakura asked. Naruto-kun, why don't you answer? Yugao said. I doubt Naruto would know if Sasuke didn't. Kakashi said, downplaying his student. Reverse sight. Naruto answered. She got rid of her eyesight and increased her other senses. I assume mostly her touch and hearing. Along with her sensing abilities, she most likely has 360-degree vision. She's aware of everything and everyone in this room. Please, like you, know anything dead last. You probably made all that up. Kiba said arrogantly. Kurenai-san, you need to teach your students some respect. Yugao said before turning to Kiba. And you Inuzuka. You need to stop trying to make Naruto look like a fool. Well, he is the D-last. Kiba retorted but flinched when Yugao glared at him. Really? Because it's funny how he got the right answer. Yugao said, surprising Kakashi, Sasuke and Kiba. How did you know that, Naruto-kun? Ino asked. Because I know the technique but with different conditions. Naruto answered. Naruto don't lie. Hush, Hataki team, the match is about to start. Naruto said, cutting Kakashi off. Karen charged Han with a horizontal slash from her sword but Han blocked it with his armor. Han's armor started to heat up causing the temperature around him to rise. Kari jumped back to gain some distance, but Han chased after her and went in for a punch. Karen steps out of the way and Han hits the ground, creating a crater. You have a lot of physical power, Karen said before charging Han with blinding speed, and you are fast, I'm impressed. Han responded, while defending himself from multiple sword slash with his. Han grabbed her sword and went in for a punch with his other hand. Karen grabbed her sheath and surrounded it with wind chakra, using it to block the attack, breaking the hand part of the armor, surprising the Jinchuriki. She then thrust it forward, breaking his chest plate, revealing his seal. Han's eyes widen and jump back. What happened, Han? The match is not over, Karen said before going through some hand signs. Resenpu. Karen shot a powerful wind attack towards. Not happening, Yubiki Horror Jutsu. Han shot a wave of boiling water through his mask, colliding with Han's attack. Karen smiled and went and did a different hand sign. To the surprise of everyone, Han's boiling water started turning to ice. That's just like Haku. Naruto commented. I guess you didn't know. Naruto turned to see Hanka approaching him. My husband was from the Yuki clan. I settled in Kiri before the war broke out. My husband stayed behind when we were being hunted by Hunter Nin. Although I told her to hide it. I see, thanks for the info, Nei-chan. Naruto said. Anoka chuckled and patted Naruto's head. You really are adorable. Nei-san, huh? I always wanted a little brother. Anoka responded. Excuse me, but who are you? Kakashi asked. Hanaka turned to the one-eyed Jonin. Anoka Uzumaki, Karen's sensei and mother. Kakashi's eyes widened before smiling. Nice to meet you, I'm Kakashi Hataki. Naruto's sensei, only in name. Naruto commented, while watching the match. Anoka saw the slight anger in Naruto and decided to ask him later. It seems your abilities counter mine. Han commented. Soon a red cloak started to surround his body. I guess I'll get a little more serious. He had a red horse-like cloak with 3 tails. I see, well I guess I should respond in kind. Karen said, sheathing her sword. She then turns to Naruto. Naruto-kun, I want you to pay attention to one of our clan's high-level techniques. Karen was surrounded by a huge dark blue sphere of chakra. I am not sure what you are doing but that's an impressive amount of chakra. Han commented. I'm surprised you're not attacking me, may I ask why? I'm interested in your clan's technique and it'll be rude to attack you without seeing all you can do. I see, well I must thank you. Karen replied as the chakra around her started to move faster. I don't get it? What is that girl talking about? That idiot Naruto isn't from a clan. And there is no such thing as the Uzumaki clan. He's just a clanless, Kiba said. He then froze when he felt killer intent from Naruto, Karen, Anoka, and Tsunade. You should know when to shut your mouth. Tsunade scolded. Sakura, explain to Kiba about the Uzumaki clan since he is ignorant. Hi, the Uzumaki clan were shinobi from a small village in the land of Whirlpool. They have abnormal chakra levels and are masters of Fuinjutsu, Kenjutsu, and chakra manipulation. They also had a long lifespan and had the possibility of producing multiple bloodlines. Sakura said, earning a nod from Tsunade. Well, they must be weak because I never heard of them. Kiba said. I see. Sakura forgot to mention that they're cousins to the Senju clan, which is my clan, and also my grandmother was a Uzumaki. Tsunade said, earning a gulp from Kiba. And they're not weak. After all, it took Kumo, AIM, and IWA to take down their small village, and they lost 80% of their force. There's no way the Dobe is from a clan that strong. Kiba said. Can you shut up and watch the match? Naruto said, irritated by Kiba's insult. Karen started to inhale the chakra surrounding her, and steam was produced from her body. Her body started to glow a pinkish color. Then her body started to glow blue on the outline of her body. Naruto narrowed his eyes and turned to Hinata. Hinata-chan, can you use your Byakugan to see what her chakra is doing in her body? Of course, Naruto-kun. Byakugan. Hinata had veins around her eyes and looked at Karen. Her chakra is circulating through her body. Also, her chakra limiter is open, but somehow it's not tearing up her body. The speed of the chakra circulating is fast and heating up her body and infusing in her blood cells and muscles. I see, she is pushing her body to her physical limit, and thanks to being a Uzumaki, her body seems to withstand the pressure for now. Naruto commented. Correct, that's why Uzumaki can handle it. In the past, I heard someone outside our clan attempted the technique, and their muscles were torn to shreds. Anoka said. Sasuke seethed. Damn, but my power is stronger. Still wish I could copy their jutsu for myself. The rubble started to rise in the air as the air became denser around the two. Karen unsheathed her sword and held it in her right hand and her sheath in her left. No, I'm ready. Thanks for waiting, but you will regret it. We'll see. Han responded before they both disappeared in a blur. Soon you could feel shockwaves around and streams of blue and red jumping back and forth, clashing with each other. What? How are they moving this fast? Ino questioned. Not sure, but I'm glad I'm not fighting them. Choji said. I don't know about that. I would love to fight them. Pretty cool. Naruto commented. Please, you can't beat anyone here dead last. Kiba said with a cocky expression. Wow, do you get turned on by insulting me or something? Maybe it's because you can't get a girlfriend. Naruto commented. Kiba fumed with anger. Like you can? No girl will ever like a loser. When Sakura heard this, she looked at Ino, who was looking at her. They smirked and both nodded at each other. Both formal fangirls walked towards the blonde Uzumaki, and kissed his cheek and turned to the match like nothing happened. Kiba was mimicking a fish. Naruto notices and smirks. You were saying? Karen appeared out of nowhere, and began to dodge multiple chakra claws trying to grab her, but she kept slashing at them. Once she caught sight of the Jinchuriki, she made some ice shuriken and threw it at him. Han dodged it with ease and runs towards the Uzumaki. His enhanced fist meets her wind blade, causing her explosion. Futon, Kyuden! Karen chanted as she slid back and shot air pressure bullets at Han. Karen drops her sword and runs towards Han, with her body surrounded by wind chakra. They began trading blow for blow, destroying the floor. Karen palmed Han's helmet, destroying it. She then roundhouse kicked him, sending him to a wall. Han used his chakra to stick to the wall, and jumped back to Karen. He grabbed her head and dragged her through the ground before tossing her towards the ceiling. I'm impressed that the girl can fight like this against a Jinchuriki. She's very skilled. Yugao said. I'll say, pretty cool. I would love to fight her. Samui added. What do you think, Gaara? Temari asked her brother. She will be a problem for us. Han has the five-tail, so if she can fight him like this, I might have a problem. Plus she uses wind and water jutsu. She's strong, but I'm interested in Naruto. Gaara answered. That makes two of us. But for different reasons. Temari said. I'm surprised Han is having a hard time with her. Kuratsuchi said. She could honestly say Han could beat her in a fight, but Karen was matching him. I'm not sure what to think. Akatsuchi said. Suetun, Sui Den no Jutsu. Karen shot water bullets towards Han. Han ran through it like nothing, but he didn't notice Karen took out a seal tag. Once Han was in range, chakra chains erupted from Karen's body and wrapped around Han, pulling him forward. What? Was all Han could say when his Biju chakra was receding in his body. Karen met him halfway and placed a suppressing seal tag on his stomach. Han's eyes widened before he passed out. Karen grabbed him and sat him down gently. Hate approached the two before raising his hand towards Karen. Han is unable to continue. Karen Uzumaki is the winner. Karen nodded and put on her glasses before walking up the stairs to Shizuka and Anoka. She saw Naruto and smirked. So, what did you think? Naruto returned the smirk with a cheesy smile. That was impressive. I can tell you worked hard, and to fight someone like Han. Naruto-kun is right, you did well. Anoka commented. Great work, Karen-san. Shizuka said. Naruto-kun. The group turned to Sakura and saw her pouting at the screen. Naruto's eyes widened. It was his turn to fight, but who his opponent was took him by surprise. Naruto Uzumaki vs. Sasuke Uchiha. Naruto turned to Sasuke and saw him giving him an evil smirk. Hiruzen turned to the two and sighed. In the event when two teammates are matched against each other, it would be up to them if they want to fight, and they will not be disqualified. But if they do fight, the same rules as the other fights will apply. I'll let the team decide. Naruto said calmly. Of course we fight. We both know you've been itching to fight me for a while. Sasuke said. You're wrong. I used to want to fight you when you were a friend, but you change. Now you're just another opponent I have to get past. Naruto said. Naruto, you are not ready to face Sasuke. You should forfeit and try again next year. Kakashi said. Naruto ignored him. Naruto-kun. Naruto turned to Yugao. It's time. Show everyone what you can do. You can and will beat him. You have something he doesn't drive, something to protect and support. Yugao, don't encourage him. He will get hurt. Kakashi said. Naruto took out his sword and handed it to Yugao. Can you hold this for me? Yugao nodded and took his sword. Naruto jumped down and soon Sasuke followed. Ah man, Naruto was the one opponent I wanted to fight. Choji said while eating some chips. Damn, it looks like Sasuke is going to move forward. There's no way that loser can beat the Rookie of the Year. Kiba said. Please, you two can't beat Naruto-kun. Ino said, surprising Choji and Kiba. How can you say that? Naruto was the dead last in the academy. Kiba said. Because that was the academy. The group turns to Sakura. What happened in the academy doesn't matter, especially since it was about a year ago. Training exists for a reason, and Naruto-kun has beaten 2 Jonin-level opponents since then. Haku and Kisuga, my OC. So don't think because he was the dead last in the academy, he will remain the weakest forever. Why are you two defending him and not cheering for Sasuke? Fuck Sasuke. Both Sakura and Ino said, surprising most people who knew they were his fangirls.